Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran, and I'm here with River Brown, Angel Velez, and Mr. Joel Dells. And this is episode 555. Now, earlier this week, we did not record an episode. Snowstorm happened in New Jersey. Pretty awful. Got a lot of snow.
Streets are saying we fell off because of that.
I didn't know.
Streets are saying that. Got
Really?
like 20 inches, bro.
20 inches?
It was the most snow I think I've ever
Imagine
seen in my
taking
life.
20 inches of anything.
I could do it.
I mean, I didn't go outside.
Rip doesn't have to imagine.
I didn't go outside like once for when the storm was happening.
Yo,
took
bro,
Henry
I'm
out, but
snitching.
that was
Sorry
it.
for pocket watching, by the way. This guy told me straight up he paid some dude $80 to shovel his house.
That's calm. I was sick too. No way I'm going outside
$80?
sick.
He was sick.
$80?
Inflation.
80? That's what I said
Inflation.
too. Quite literally verbatim.
But you don't have a ton to shovel. Like, your, sidewalk and the back. It's not a
I'm
ton.
being honest when I say this.
Got scammed?
You got fucking robbed.
I think 50's firm.
Nah, it don't.
He don't
I'm
care.
cool.
50? That shit used to be $10 back in the day.
Yeah,
man.
but like 2012 or some shit. Like,
Dude, I get that was almost 15 years ago,
Yeah.
but that's a 500% increase.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
this is what it is.
500%. In this case, 800.
As somebody who gets overpaid for what I do as a job,
Fair enough.
I overpay other
How did you
people
find
in
them?
their professions.
He was walking the
I was
street.
just
like a kid or something?
a family friend.
Okay.
You know, I know him. Hispanic heritage, blood.
Okay.
We share the same
Keeping
thing.
the blood.
So putting a little more money in his pocket ain't bother me. I'm helping La Raza. So I was helping him.
This y'all
and
work too.
I was sick.
This a party out right here. This is
wheelhouse right here.
This is y'all thing right here. Like hard work.
He came in at 1 a.m.
He's ready.
I'm in bed.
1
My
a.m.
ring camera. He's in the front.
He deserved it.
doing it.
He deserved it.
Wait,
He's
1
coming.
a.m. like going into Monday?
1
Or like-
a.m. after the storm stopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah.
you.
He cleaned out my car, all the snow that was on my whip.
Did extra.
He did it. Of course, like the driveway, the sidewalk,
Yeah.
the walkway to get to the back
I'm
to
not
the
gonna lie. I
studio.
saw the walker to the back. I was like, holy, it's like
the first
Joel
time
did a good job.
it wasn't closed up.
did a good
It's like,
job.
no.
I said the same thing. I'm like, whoa, bro. I said to him, I was like, you shoveled?
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't pick up
If
a
I,
shovel.
if I may ask, what type of Spanish is he?
He's Colombian.
Oh, okay.
Do you have some you prefer?
No, I thought he was just something like
Okay.
something different. Just something different.
All
That's
right.
all.
Jesus Christ,
Something
man.
different. I thought he was something different. Oh, but we make black jokes. It's all cool and
Who
shit.
says it's
Hey,
cool?
Black History Month.
It's almost over,
What's
man.
Hispanic Heritage Month? One of those?
May?
Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday. It's in May.
No, but there's Hispanic Heritage Month.
There
isn't
is,
there?
yeah.
Should be.
There has to
I
be.
don't know what
There
month
is.
it is though. If I'm being
October. I'm
honest
going to
with
go
you.
October.
All right, let's see. Because I'm not going to pretend.
Hilarious if it's May.
I don't know what it is.
Let's see. Apparently, it is September 15th through October 15th.
That's the
This is like
stupidest
2
shit.
months.
Why not just start September 1st?
I'm going to be honest, man. This
That was
shit's
close.
fake.
That was close.
Now we got to get something to commemorate it.
No, we cool, bro.
We're good off that?
The things he says to me, bro, like we're cool.
The thing you say to us, and we still
you deserve it.
Me?
I have 100 years. You deserve
I'm the
it.
nicest guy to you.
Actually, you're wrong. You're
I'm
incorrect.
such a nice guy.
You're not
such a
nicer
dick.
than me at minimum.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like the McDonald's have made up for something.
That's
If
insane.
McDonald's
if I
runs.
told you the things that you've said to me in the car, was it just me and you?
He's
to
lying.
them, bro.
He's lying.
You
You
go
say,
to
she
jail.
say it's never again,
Yeah,
proven.
That
incorrect.
doesn't hold up. That's
So
all.
That's fair.
I'll be honest.
Drew has been in the car sometimes for moments like this.
Oh no, it gets nuts. That being said, I was talking to Sean, and Sean was saying about one of his favorite things about the show now is how Riv accuses you of being racist.
Yeah.
And how you kind of play into it.
Well, the thing is, Riv's a piece of shit. So like,
So that means be racist, huh? That makes sense. No,
if
yeah,
anyone
tell
deserves to
yourself.
get shit on, it's you.
So people deserve racism. Yo, tell yourself. Continue to do it. Like, go ahead, bro. Tell the world who you are. as
I
a
would be
man.
nicer to you if sometimes you were nicer back. That's
So
all
you
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
be racist if I was nice.
You know what?
Interpret as you will.
There's
Okay.
a certain part of me that understands
Yes.
where that's going.
Thank you, Jesus.
That's fair. You know, Aries Spears once said
Who?
he was Aries Spears. He's a comedian,
Okay.
and he was like, you know,
What
he
kind of
loves.
comedian?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
Fuck do you mean? Like, what,
Like Comedy Central,
there a-
Netflix.
is there
oh
a
no,
genre?
I don't.
All right, he's reaching.
No, I get it. Comedians, black people, we run that
I
shit.
never heard about him.
No.
Is he a black comedian? Or
Yes, 100%, 100%,
Okay.
100%.
So I was trying to get it.
Because what I'm about to say was nuts. So he was talking. He was like, I love being black. If I had to redo life again, I would be black. But he was like, yo, some people deserve to be slaves. Like he said,
Oh my god!
you shouldn't be the first one to laugh.
Oh my no! He's already laughing. He's
Yeah, no, he
already
said that shit,
laughing.
bro. I laughed for 20 minutes.
Jesus
Because
Christ!
he was talking about like the new rap era and like NBA YoungBoy and all them. He was like, yo, they deserve to be slaves. He said that
Listen,
shit.
I mean, there's horrible of all people. There's white people that deserve to be slaves. Spanish people.
What?
It's true. Murderers, rapists.
He's right.
Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
He's
Jesus.
right.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm with you. I'm not.
It doesn't matter color your skin. If
Murderers
you're a
need
bad
to-
person, you're a bad person.
Actually, murderers need the death penalty, but that's not here nor there. Rapists too, right? You know, I'm with you.
Yo,
Would I say you were with them people? No.
No,
No,
neither
bro.
are
Are you a tick below?
yo,
Below.
my baseball coach used to say that the three worst people in life
Here we go.
were rapists,
Yes.
a thief, a pedophile, and a fucking quitter.
So no murder, huh?
Quit over murderer.
Okay, all right.
Respect
No
that.
woman beater, huh? Just all right. Quitter. He tried to make a point.
No, he really thought he
What
was
was our
up to
record
something.
that year?
We won 2 games.
Oh shit! That was the worst message ever.
Jesus.
Yeah, you hate to see it, man. I'm glad you're here though.
I'm glad you're here, man. Glad we're all here. Glad Tyler's here. Glad the whole crew's here.
Yes.
Joel, you feeling better?
Yeah.
John was just here. If you missed him,
I know. It's a shame.
you missed your compadre.
Shout out to him. You guys knocked out some short form while I was around a little late.
Do you ever think about how you were the DEI hire?
Yeah. It's
You
kind of
really were, bro.
Yeah, we're ahead of the game.
As in, we're the opposite of
Yeah.
DEI. Yo,
Yeah.
I see your
Or,
vision.
yeah, opposite. Yeah. Who knows?
What?
Maybe one day America will be mostly Hispanic or black, and maybe, never know. 200 years from now, who knows?
Shit, we got a long way to go, bro. Y'all
Long way.
everywhere.
Ton of us.
Yeah.
So many.
So man.
Well,
like,
Hispanics are catching up in terms of percentage of population.
there
Are
go.
we?
Yeah, the number 2 in the country.
Are we 3?
No.
Hispanics are, for sure, they are.
Probably.
They're number
It's a
2.
ton of you guys.
What?
Yeah,
Like
they're number
30
2.
countries,
Who do you think was number 2? Black?
Black people.
Brother, there's like so many of you.
There's a lot of us.
Yeah. But I don't want to. I'll be saying like
Here we go. No, get into it.
like African Americans and Africans don't really say they're with us. If
I
you
see
know what
what
I'm
you're
saying.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they really don't. You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans, they classify themselves as their own black people.
Yeah.
Very so like the numbers could be skewed. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
Wow,
Dominicans sometimes, Yeah.
All right, yo, learn something new every day.
Yeah, but Hispanics, like,
We're number 2.
number 2 is like by a wide margin.
And Dominicans
let's-
you guys are.
If you want to call
technically-
6% wide, fair.
What's the percentage? 15?
So white is 57.8 to 59.2. Hispanic.
Josh Allen's way.
Okay, he won't drop the number down.
He won't. Hispanic is 18.7 to 19.1.
my
Black is 12.1.
Okay.
Please, Riv.
a lot.
Riv,
18
please.
points, like that's a 30% drop off. Damn near.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
all
I'm saying
right,
we
all
need to maybe even those numbers out.
right. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And those are documented. Like we don't know how many are not documented. Which, like those are okay. So it could be way more.
Yo, and shout out to white women for being open to dating the other race nowadays too.
Good,
You
bro.
know what I mean? That's helping.
Yeah.
Get the number.
It is.
we just need
Mixed
to
babies?
produce more babies at this point. I think that's the.
More babies.
We
Yeah.
know.
And that's the issue, bro. Not enough babies nowadays.
Didn't,
Yeah,
didn't
the birth
China
rate's declining.
didn't China put like a ban on how many kids you got?
Okay, now we're treading.
I'm asking.
We're
We're
treading.
talking about babies.
I
Was it China? I'm
I
asking.
can't. I can't.
There was like a one
Okay,
child
that,
rule
it
or
was
something.
China.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Fact or fiction, because this is a long time ago when I learned this.
Yeah, fair.
Apparently, after the first child, they were just like, "All right,
Okay.
let's not." That's it
It was a lot of people.
was a
there.
long time ago
It's a,
from where
it's a ton of people there.
It looks like it ended in 2015. But It
Okay.
ran from 79 to 2015.
from how
1979 to 2015.
you can only have one child.
2015. Okay, it was too
Oh
many
my
people there.
god, they were really worried about
Yeah,
overpopulation
so many people
then.
there. Yeah.
It was
So what would they do
enforced
after
through
the first?
fines, forced abortions, and
vasectomy, man?
sterilizations.
My god,
Wow.
It created a rapidly aging population, severe workforce shortages, and a significant gender imbalance because obviously they wanted a lot of men.
that's brutal.
Yeah.
I'd hate it.
Yeah.
Too
Nah.
many men. I can't have that.
I
How
mean,
many
think
kids do
about
you
it.
want to have? You already have one, so how many more?
Okay. So I've been asked this question multiple times. and a understanding of my race, my culture.
Your next baby needs to be one with the woman you love.
Yes. I cannot have, and I refuse to have multiple baby mothers.
Please, God.
I refuse to have that. I don't want to do that.
You.
So I say that to say, if I ever get married, as many as she wants.
Okay.
Do you have a number in mind though?
I want a daughter.
Okay.
100%.
So you want at least one more kid?
Yeah, at least one. But I feel like when I get married, I'm gonna be a sucker. So she dictates everything that goes on. So like, if she's like,
can you lock in, twin?
One and done.
Just because you have a wife doesn't mean you need to be.
I'm talking about for me, because for me to even get on my knees and propose takes.
So you're saying, are you insinuating proposing is simp worthy?
Me, yes. Yeah, for sure. I feel like for me, like to get on my knee.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's tough.
He's cooking.
I hear what you're from.
You know what I'm saying? Like get on my knee, like look
That's
down.
crazy.
I'm looking up at you. You're looking down at me.
I think it's.
But if you think about it,
pedestal.
Yeah.
If you think about, say that one time.
How many women do I put on the pedestal?
Well, you haven't found the right one yet.
That's what I'm saying. So the moment I do,
You think about it, more often than not, depending on situation, of course, there are relationships where the girl is taller than the guy. That happens. But more often than not, you're looking down on your girl, you know? And it's not like you're looking down. It's just like.
I feel like there was certain women in my life I could have proposed to me.
Okay.
I think pretty passionately, Alexandra would propose to me. But if she were to, I'd say no.
100%. I would say no too.
You have to.
But it's just the fact that you did it just means, damn, I got it.
You're him?
Yeah. I got it.
No, for sure. That's how I would feel.
But I'm definitely saying no, like, as a woman, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
I'd be like, have some
yourself.
dignity. Get up.
Get up.
Yes.
Please.
Why are you on your knees?
Yes.
I mean.
Unless you're doing.
I mean.
then, like, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no. I can't wait, though.
I'm excited to meet your wife, man.
Me too. Shit.
One
Where the
day,
fuck
man.
is she?
One day.
I'm waiting. Come find me.
Well, why don't you go find her?
Nah,
I think it's trying.
It don't find you. I mean, you don't find it. It finds you.
I can't agree. Not in all aspects.
God got a plan for me.
You know, God does have a plan. I agree with it. But a wise man once said, nobody's going to come save you.
Facts.
You got to go save yourself.
I don't need saving.
Well,
I need
companionship.
There we go. I don't think that, like, I'm good. Like, I love my bros. I love my family. I'm good.
So saving in the sense, like, you can use it more broad. It's not everything's going to come to you.
Yeah.
You got to go get it.
Fair. I feel like when I go get it, I end up being where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think I just got to wait for it.
But you matured since then.
You just got to be River Brown, man.
I don't think he has.
No. Same since he was 19.
I don't think you have.
What the fuck?
And now I'm the piece of shit.
Nothing wrong with
agree,
that.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just,
said you
we can
agreed.
just be
how don't I
honest.
change? I'm just a freak.
Like, you've been the same guy.
Yeah,
Nothing
I'm just
wrong with being
I'm
a
just a freak.
Have you changed? No, you've been the same guy.
I don't cheat anymore.
Thank God.
You don't have a girlfriend though.
You don't have
That's
anyone
why
to
we
cheat on.
we don't know if that's fact or fiction.
That's fair. All right.
Last relationship, cheated or
Like, which one?
your most recent serious one?
So Zari.
Yes.
Nah.
Okay. So yeah, I was gonna say I think
Is she
you're
the
good.
last one? That was years ago.
Like last real one?
Serious
Yeah.
one, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like I brought to y'all?
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I brought the other girl, but
It wasn't serious.
she was losing me.
Yeah.
I didn't even meet her.
You didn't pull up.
Didn't pop
They
up.
did.
Yeah.
Where was this?
For Chelsea's birthday.
Yeah, she was there. Getting on my fucking nerves, I'll tell you that.
She bad?
God,
She's pretty, yeah.
I had to tell Joel to occupy her for like 5 minutes, bro. I was exhausted, bro. Like, couldn't do it, man.
Rivers back from his bathroom break, and now I feel like it's a good time to get right into the podcast.
Still, man.
It's a mixture of NBA and NFL today. We got to talk about the San Antonio Spurs and how well they've been playing.
10 in a row.
The Cavaliers,
8 in a row.
they've been playing well, but James
10.
Harden
I think
recent
it is 10.
thumb fracture on his right hand.
He's gonna play through it.
Yep, he has said he will do that.
Another excuse.
Another injuries in the playthrough. I mean, he's just tough as nails. What do you want him to do?
Tough as
You
nails.
want him to just sit out the rest of the year? I mean, of course
Would
you
he
got to play
miss
now.
the whole season if...
No, I don't. He doesn't. It doesn't require surgery.
No,
It's
if
just
he
gonna
were to
aggravate
miss,
him.
would he be out the whole year?
If it was like a real like bad, probably.
But I'm saying if
It's
he
not
were
a
to
severe
rest to heal his hand,
The last one was Steph. Remember when he messed up I think he broke his thumb or broke his hand.
It's a 46-week recovery timeline.
that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, if he sits out,
So
for
he'd
the
be
rest
up
of the
against
year.
it.
Yeah.
At this point.
He's good. If as long as he rests,
For the playoffs.
he's good. He'll
Not
be
a
healthy.
wall. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
You're a sicko.
And then we're going to talk about some NFL stuff. We're going to tier every single starting quarterback in the NFL, in the AFC, and in the NFC. The Combine is today. We got a lot of good stuff. We're not going to talk too much about the Combine, but some great things are happening. Like Sonny Styles having a 10 RAS score. You had a lot of the defensive linemen show out. Arvell Reese
a
participated.
lot of short arms.
Ruben Bain had the
Third, I think.
third
Shortest.
lowest, shortest arms, I think, in combine history
Yep.
of the players they tested. So it's a lot of things that are going on right now.
And the Jets traded Jermaine Johnson for Devondre Sweat.
Oh yeah,
Won't
Can't
be
forget
locked
that.
into the new league starts.
Yeah, won't be official.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Correct.
How'd you feel about it?
which is mid-March.
It's cool with it. That was cool. It's funny because Titans fans are like, wow, I can't believe we got Jermaine for Sweat. And Jets fans are like, wow, I can't believe we got Sweat for Jermaine. So it's probably a fair deal then.
It's a perfect scheme fit for both. I think that with the Titans, it makes sense getting a quality edge rusher because they didn't have any edge rushers. Their best edge rusher was Arden Key, who rotational pass rusher at best. Inside, they had Jeffrey Simmons and Devondre Sweat, but with Robert Saleh coming in, that's now a 3-4 defense. You're going to use outside linebackers as your edges, and you're going to use Jeffrey Simmons as a nose tackle, and Devondre Sweat doesn't fit in that scheme. Jermaine Johnson fits in it better, and now it allows the Titans to go and fill other positions because defensive end was 100% a need of theirs. But now that they got it with Jermaine Johnson, now in the draft, they could focus on maybe getting an offensive lineman or a wide receiver to help out Cam Ward.
Or corner.
There are more avenues they can just go in now that they have defensive lineman, defensive tackle, and then edge rusher secured. And Devondre Sweat is great for the Jets. Like I think, especially with the second overall pick,
Your
if they
Jets.
go edge rusher, my Jets, yeah.
Just gotta remind you, your Jets.
If they go edge rusher, then you have a full locked and loaded defensive line. Like Jamal Briggs was one of the few bright spots of the team last year, and then Devondre Sweat is a star. Like he is amazing. He's a 2-down player. Can't really rush the passer, but one of the best run defenders in the league.
Yeah, still young. Only just past year 2. Only making like $1 million for the next couple of seasons.
What picks do you guys have? One?
Pick
No,
2,
and what?
16, and 33.
So
It
you're
was
going-
just a straight up trade, just
one for
player
one.
for player.
So you're going what? I would assume quarterback.
I don't know. I don't. We'll see. I think Ty Simpson's going to rise up boards as we
They're not
get through
going
the
quarterback.
combine.
Okay.
He might even be there at 16.
So you're getting a bridge?
Not at 2 though.
You guys are gonna get a bridge.
I'm sure they are.
They'll take a bridge and then probably draft a quarterback on day 2 or day 3 is my
Okay,
guess.
okay.
But I think there's a world they take Ty Simpson too.
Okay.
The perfect scenario probably is edge at 2, and then wide receiver at 16.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I love that.
get more weapons for whoever the quarterback is. Garrett Wilson as a running mate he could be with. But they also need everything. So, like, corner's not out the question. Jamal McCoy, if he's there at that pick.
Desperately need safety, need linebacker.
Oh, you need a team.
Yeah, I mean, both of their guards are free agents. Could need a guard possibly. They're going to attack Brees, so they're probably good at running back. But yeah, there's plenty of positions for them to take.
So I'm going to do some short form content later. That being said, I did this thing. Shout out to B-Souls. He gave me the idea because he said, what your favorite player tells me about you.
Okay.
So I decided to remix it and do what your favorite team tells me about you. And I did a few of them. I did do the AFC East. For the Jets, I wrote that if you are a Jets fan, it means to me that you don't care about yourself, you're a miserable person, and you live to see everybody else as miserable as you are.
It seems like we're loyal. That's how I would describe it. Loyalty.
That's how you are with my people. All that things he just said.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely on the money, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Question. There is some rudeness here. I can acknowledge that. There's some validity. Number one, you don't care about yourself. As a Jets fan, you clearly have not prioritized mental health.
That's why he left.
He literally left
His mental
because
health
of that
was-
one
it was-
fact.
it was broken.
He showed me for a minute he cared about himself.
So you're saying all Jets fans should be Joel's.
No, not saying
You should
that.
just care about your
I'm not
mental
saying
health.
that at all.
So what's the
See a therapist.
how do you fix that?
You don't. You don't.
You just be miserable as a Jets fan.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Damn.
You are a miserable person. Yes, you are miserable.
Eventually you'll get out the misery.
Like in
One day.
your core, do I think that you yourself are a miserable person? No.
But as a Jets fan.
But as a Jets fan, you are most certainly miserable.
I mean, I root against all of you guys, but that's because we all root against each other. You know what I mean?
I don't have to root
I don't root
you.
against the Jets.
We actually don't have
Fair.
to.
Fair.
I don't.
No, you don't.
Drew, we don't have
root
to.
against Lamar.
No.
There's nothing to root against.
Yeah, we don't like, the
Yeah.
Jets be bad. You're
Well,
gonna
no,
do
I'm
that
saying
shit.
like, but in basketball, for example,
And
you
then
never
let
root
me-
for the Celtics.
now let me-
You're not
now-
rooting- he's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
and
rooting
then-
for the Warriors.
And then,
the
like
Knicks,
you just
Lakers.
said, you root against all of our teams. You live to see everybody else as miserable as you.
Yeah,
Like
but
Riff.
I think it's because it's a family of hatred here.
so
Do
would
you
you
root
say-
against our teams?
What?
yes.
Do you root against our
Jets.
teams? No, just like in general, like our teams.
Sure.
Not the Broncos.
No, not the Broncos. Not even the Ravens. I don't root against them as much as I think I do. No. Packers, yeah. Chiefs recently, yeah.
Mine are definitely targeted, for sure.
Yeah.
In basketball, though, I don't root against the Knicks as much.
What would be your reaction if
We
Jordan
traded
Love,
Jalen Hurts.
if Jordan Love and the Packers just won one of the biggest games of their season,
Don't think I'd come to the show for like 2 weeks.
and then Love gets announced that he's out for the postseason?
Oh. I'm geeking, man. I'm fucking geeking. That means you guys ain't winning shit, man. I'm geeking, yeah. I'm ecstatic for it. I mean, no, but it doesn't really. It wouldn't like Jordan Love playing and losing fuels me more than him being hurt.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? The hate watch ain't as successful. So it's like,
No, it's not. No.
yeah, it's like, all right, well, I know you guys are gonna kind of lose without Jordan Love, but if Jordan Love plays and you lose, like, all
It's
right.
better.
It's so
You wanna
much
see
San
Jordan
Fran.
Love
We'll
shit
hold
the
on to that
fucking
San
bed.
Fran shit for
Oh
the
my
rest of the
God,
time.
so
man.
much sweeter. Yeah. So
That shit was peak. He threw that dunk in the middle of the
no,
field.
the dunk, it really set milestones, man.
It
I
was awesome.
excited.
But Kevin Petula, like, where else is he supposed to go with the ball? Like, I mean, Jalen Hurts. I mean, there
You
was
know,
nowhere
Greg
else to
Roman
go.
was voted a worse offensive coordinator than Kevin Petula.
Really?
Yeah, he should probably be fired from everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, he got fired from the Chargers. So
I mean, it seems like Jeff Hafley is high on Kevin Petula. You know, it says he's a
hired him.
brilliant young offensive mind.
Hey, if he got it, figured
That's
out.
what he
Figured
said.
it
well, he
out.
was gonna hire Nate Hackett too before he went to Arizona. So
I don't know, man. But that's what's happened in the NFL recently, the trade. It was a good trade for both sides. I think that a lot is being made about Jermaine Johnson's contract, when Tavondre Sweat's contract is really not in a much better position. You do get him 2 years for cheap, but Jermaine Johnson has this year than a 5th-year option, if I'm not mistaken, because he was a first-round pick.
or is this
But are teams allowed to pick up 5th-year options if they don't draft you? Genuine question.
They are. Yeah, you can pick up the 5th-year option. Tavondre Sweat, because he was a second-round pick, his contract expires
That's
after
probably a pretty good
next
amount
season.
for Jermaine, though. It's probably close to $20 million, I would guess.
Yeah. That franchise tag is definitely going to be around
Well, not
there.
even franchise, just the 5th-year option.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good amount.
I was gonna say you don't often see players traded in their rookie contracts, so interesting.
And Tavondre Sweat,
13 million.
because he was a second-round pick, that then means that not this year, 2026, but after the 2027 season, he's an unrestricted free agent.
Mhm.
So the team now, they don't have the option to pick up that 5th year on him
Yeah,
because
he
he
was
wasn't a
second-round
first-round pick. So you do lose leverage and control with that. And I feel like taking that into account, the contract stuff kind of offsets because the Titans are paying more to keep Jermaine, but they have the option to keep
Well,
him.
this is Jermaine's last year.
Oh, so this is the 5th-year option.
Yeah.
year.
Then
Okay.
he's a free agent in 2027.
So essentially, it's the Titans saying,
it's an extra year.
you know, we're going to take a flyer on Jermaine Johnson. If he plays really well, we're going to pay him.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, then we'll just move on.
There you go.
No risk. So it's a good move for both sides. I like the Titans.
I hope Jermaine. I love Jermaine. He, when the Jets were actually playing well, especially that his second year, I want to say when he had 7 sacks. He was great. He's good against the run. He can rush off the passer. It's just a lot of people made it seem like, oh, when he gets in Robert Saleh's scheme, I thought it was just the Achilles more than like it's not a scheme fit for him. It's just it's hard. Like the Jets saw with Carl Lawson when he tore his Achilles, he came back and was never the same player that he was. It's just when you have that serious of an injury at any position, especially edge, where explosiveness matters so much, it's hard to come back from. But he's young, so hopefully he's able to bounce back.
Now we're going to transition into the NBA, and we're going to talk about the Spurs because
10-game
they
leader.
recently beat the Detroit Pistons. And then, yes, you're right. To make it to a 10-game win streak, they recently won the most recent game
Toronto.
against the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
Good game.
Well,
They were
they-
getting kind of smoked, and then they came back and won.
Who the Raptors have a top level defense themselves. They're
playing some
a
good
very
ass
energetic team. They play really hard. But I thought the real statement game was against Detroit, in which they just completely shut the water off the first seed. Victor Wembanyama had I think 5 blocks in that game. Stephon Castle's defense continues to be a difference maker for them. And now, according to the Phil Jackson 40-20 rule, which has been
Very
going around
important.
more and more as of
We made it.
recently, there are only 3 teams that meet the 40-20 rule criteria, which means
We just missed it.
40 wins before you get 20th
There you
loss.
go.
The Pistons, the Spurs, and OKC are the only 3 teams that match that criteria. And on Polymarket, according to the public, OKC is still the favorite to win the championship.
As
But
they should be.
And
the
Chase back tomorrow.
Spurs are number 2 at 14%.
As they should be.
Do you believe the Spurs can win the NBA Finals this year?
If you believe that the Spurs can beat Oklahoma City,
Can they beat Denver?
You should believe that they can win the finals. Can they beat Denver? Interesting question. I don't know because
I like Denver's team.
it depends on the health of the team.
Yeah.
If they are what they've been showing these last few weeks, last couple months, I'll take San Antonio. A healthy Nuggets team, great series. I would lean the experience. I will go with Denver. However, we've seen when the two teams match up at full strength, when it's the Spurs versus Oklahoma City, the Spurs have been the only team to consistently go bar for bar with Oklahoma City, but this season they have been the more dominant team over Oklahoma City. The difference maker being, outside of the obvious, Victor being the best defender in the world, because even last night in a game versus the Raptors where he only had 12 points, he just made his defensive impact felt overly, and that was one of the swings in the game towards the end of the game. But that obviously being a different, but like you mentioned, Stephon Castle taking this gigantic leap defensively. And just a leap as a whole. You mentioned De'Aaron Fox in episodes past and how he was one of the more underappreciated players coming into this season because everybody was enamored with Stephon Castle, enamored with Dylan Harper being the second overall pick, who has also been excellent this season in limited opportunities as well, just maximizing the most of whatever opportunity the coach is giving him. But this defense is special. Julian Champagne and what he's meant in the three-point shot. We talked about Keldon Johnson in episodes past. The supporting cast is not getting as much love because you could argue people like me, which is fine. I'm fine to be a blame here too, because everybody just looks at Victor Wembanyama. But this team has been exactly that.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest question. We all thought that Wemby would be awesome. Obviously, we all trusted De'Aaron Fox, and we saw what Castle gave you in year one, and Harper is a top 2 pick. We're like, oh, that sounds good. But our biggest question was, what's around all of that? And they're showing they're maybe not ready to win a championship, but they're ready to at least go on a run. And I think what Polymark is telling us more than anything is just, we don't trust what's out east. You know, we don't really trust what's going on in Detroit, the lack of a second scorer. We don't really trust Boston with Jaylen Brown being your one. We don't know what Tatum's going to be. We don't really trust Cleveland because they haven't shown it. We don't really trust New York because Jalen Brunson and Cat, how are they going to be able to look in a 7-game series against one of these Western Conference teams? So as much, you know, I think flowers you have to give to the Spurs and to OKC, I think it's also just a detriment to the East, saying that, listen, we understand that the Pistons are 6 games ahead, but we don't really care right now. Like, that's how good San Antonio looks, and that's how good OKC looks, where to us, to Polymarket, that's the finals. Whoever comes out of that, we trust to beat whatever team comes out of the Eastern Conference. So I think what the Spurs have shown this season is they're going to have one of the best defenses in basketball. I think OKC is still number one, but just in terms of like defenses you fear, I think you can make a real argument that the Spurs are number one, even if the defensive rating's not there, because Wemby just impacts so much more. And obviously Chet's a fantastic defender in his own right, but just it's Wemby, and he can get 5 blocks a game, and he's 7'6", and we know all the stuff that he could do. But then on the perimeter, you have all of these other defenders, Stephon Castle, you know, De'Aaron Fox is in slash, like they're deep and they have multiple layers, and it is really more than just Wemby. And that's what the Spurs had to be. That's what any team has to be if you want to win a championship. I just don't think we were expecting to go this fast. This 10-game win streak, I think they're 2 games back on OKC now, which is crazy because OKC started 24-1. They dealt with injuries and stuff. That's not to, you know, discredit them, but I mean, the Spurs get the 1 seed. Like, they could finish the season as the best regular season team in the NBA, or at least in the Western Conference, and no one's going to want to go up against them. I think, funny enough, I feel like OKC might be a bit of a better matchup, even though they'll end up being the better regular season team, because we've seen so far in this regular season 1-3 against them. And as good as Wemby is defensively, I just don't know if he's gonna be able to hold Joker. Like, I have more faith in him holding down the Thunder, Chet, protecting the rim against SGA and J-Dub driving, than just shutting down Joker, which no one's really been able to. Zubac was the best defender we saw last season. Even still, like, he's going to give you, 24, 12, and 10, or 24, 10, and 6, whatever it was. But the Spurs are showing they're real. Like, this isn't a regular season team. You have the superstar in Wemby. You have the number 2 in De'Aaron Fox. And they have real two-way players around them that basically every championship DNA team has.
Fun fact. My cousin was the point guard at high school when Julian and his twin brother, when they played in high school.
Tough. The Champagne twins?
Yeah, my brother was their point guard. No, not my brother. My cousin was their point guard.
That's lit.
Yeah, fun fact. That game, Detroit and the San Antonio game, was interesting because all the stars play like shit. Mm-hmm. It was really like just 2 battle-tested defense, or 2 defenses trying to make a point, really just giving each other hell. Like, you had guys like Stephon Castle. I really love how he moves in the pick and roll and stuff like that. Be aggressive. Even he had a slightly inefficient night. Vassell was probably their best, most efficient scorer. A lot of wide open looks he was getting. But defensively, you saw Wemby struggle on the offensive end. You saw Fox struggle on the offensive end. You saw Cade massively struggle on the offensive end. Like, it really was just who role players can step up. And you saw San Antonio's guys really grind in and get some offense going. I think the Joker point is interesting because we watched, I think it was for a small stretch in the fourth quarter where Jalen Duren was just able to bully Wemby. He was just able to impose his will and bully Wemby. And that was the I guess, I want to say the 40 or 30 pounds that Duren has on him. And that's the type of mismatch problems that the Joker could cause for Wemby because of his how big he is and how strong he is and stuff like that. Wemby's a bit skinnier on that end. But it's a 3-team race. San Antonio, Denver when they're healthy, OKC when they get healthy. I know OKC's dealing with damn near, I think 2 guys got hurt last night, if I'm not mistaken. It was Brooks and I think Isaiah Joe. Don't remember off the top of my head, but that team is battered, injured right now. So maybe San Antonio can catch up on the polls. But right now it's OKC, Denver, San Antonio. I think everybody provides a different matchup for everybody. I think Denver is most equipped to play both of them teams. I think they provide the most experience. Probably the same experience, but you got Peyton Watson stepping up this year, being awesome. Jamal Murray giving you that, playoff rise in the regular season. Then you got guys like Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson starting to figure it out. So this team is super deep. With San Antonio, you're just going to have to rely on guys like Harrison Barnes to his threes when they matter. Devin Vassell to be just as efficient as he was against Detroit. Guys like Keldon Johnson to continue to be efficient from the three-point line. These aren't reliable guys come playoff time, and those are you're going to have to rely on. But like Drew mentioned earlier, I mean, Wemby has not been good offensively his past 2 games, but he's so impactful defensively that he's going to always leave a mark. I mean, Detroit is one of the best teams at destroying the paint, and outside of Jalen Duren, nobody was able to get it going. He was able to alter shots, alter rim attempts. Asar couldn't get to the rim. Ron Holland couldn't get to the rim because Wemby is down there. So he's going to always have that impact. Can they win it? Yeah. I still think OKC and Denver, I'd probably take over them, but it's a 3-team race. I think it's those 3 teams and everybody else in the West is just waiting to lose.
The Spurs can win the NBA Finals. They're that good. Usually when you are a team that is one of the favorites to win it all, you not only have the roster, but you have the superstar talent.
Yep.
OKC has Shea. The Nuggets have Jokic. The Spurs have Wemby. The Spurs have that level of rare talent that can will a team to a championship. They also have the roster. The one thing that can hold them back is a 3-point shooting. They're bottom 10 in 3-point percentage this year. So that can be a little bit inconsistent and spotty. But they're 6-1 this season against OKC, Denver, and Detroit combined. They have dominated those matchups. They're 3-1 against OKC. They have dominated those matchups outside of one loss that they had. And they have a formula to neutralize their offense by funneling Shea to the paint, and then he sees Wemby, and what you're able to do, how you're able to score, the spots that you usually like, they're just not available to you when he's guarding that area of the restricted area. And then Stephon Castle, against all these elite players, he held SGA to 31% from the field. He's holding Luka to 38% from the field. He's holding Devin Booker to 22% from the field. He held Cade to 23% from the field. Stephon Castle has been an elite perimeter defender, and if you have that combination of a star premier defender on the wing and then one of the greatest, if not the greatest, rim protectors in basketball, then that can take you very far. And they're a top 10 offense as well. And they can be a little bit sporadic, but we've seen Wemby also score like 25 points in 7 minutes before. Like, Wemby can always go off offensively, but their floor defensively gives them such a safe avenue to where that's the type of effort you're going to get on a night-to-night basis where they can shut you down. So I think Wemby, he's good enough right now to get them to the championship and to win it all. I think we're seeing one of the best talents in NBA history that rivals like when Shaq came to the league, Kareem came to the league, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, like those level of talents to where it's very evident early on that if they get a good supporting cast around them, they can very easily win, even if it's a second year.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said.
No reservations. Like, I'm 95% confident, 100% confident in terms of defense.
It's about the number 2 guy.
I think offensively for Wemby, he should be fine in the playoffs, right? But we just haven't seen that yet. And I think for majority of players, like we did this with Shea for a while, where it's like, it'll just be fine. Like he's so dominant in the regular season that it's like, we don't, even though you should question it, we don't really question it. Wemby's just a little bit different, obviously because of the physicality that we see in the defense. And I think there's one thing you can still get him at, like you're saying, Duren is able to bully him at times. That's really my only question. And I don't think that's a knock on Wemby by any means, but in terms of really reaching that ceiling is... offensively, is he just going to be dominant enough in the playoffs? Like, because as good as Fox and Cass and all these guys are, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Wemby. Like, he's still going to have to average 25 plus probably.
I think he's going to be his most dominant. Right now, he's averaging 24 and 12, and he's playing 29 minutes per game.
True.
Wembanyama in the playoffs, when he's up in it and he's playing 36 to 38 minutes a night. How could you
even doubt this, Joel?
They overwhelmingly win their minutes when Wemby's on the floor. Now you get that for an extended period of time because he's not saving his body to manage it throughout the season. Now it's the playoffs. He's going to play 40 minutes if he has to. I mean, him being on the floor for that long, that's essentially 40 minutes of you can't score in the paint.
It's tough.
On the Spurs.
It's tough. I don't think it's going to be about Wemby per se because, like, looking at the West, it's 40 minutes of him versus 40 minutes of the Joker. So it's going to be like a cancel out thing. Like, Joker's going to do what he does. Wemby's going to do what he does. I really think it's going to be about the other guys. You know, like, can Fox match Jamal Murray's impact? You know, can guys like Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes match Peyton Watson, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon? Like, it's going to be about the other guy. I think Wemby's going to be great. Like, I think that's going to be fine. It's, like you mentioned, the role players, the guys, because it's lately the league is very driven towards you can have the guys.
So true.
But you need the role players.
So
you need
true.
the guys who step up. You need the Derek Whites of the world to just magically step up. The Drew Holidays to hit 50% from the three-point line in the corner. You need your Aaron Nesmiths from Indiana to just go lights out in moments. So
it's true.
Who's going to be that for them? Because I think that's like even Dallas had their PJ Washington who just went crazy for a series. You know, Minnesota had their Rudy Gobert be his elite impactful self against Phoenix. It's that type of thing because I think a superstar is a superstar. You mentioned guys, MJ. He was always great for the most part. LeBron, he was always great for the most part. You know, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, like we can go on and on. Superstars tend to either up their level or stay the same, but they're going to always have that level of gravity to where things are going to open up for the other guys. It's about, you know, impact. I watched, 2023, Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole missed the most wide open shots in NBA history because they just couldn't hit shots, you know? So it's all about
it was awesome.
How role players now dictate it more than ever. And when you're going up against Denver and OKC, where Denver has a roster of really good role players, and OKC, everybody knows their role, everybody understands the assignment, they have an identity. I think that's where it gets a little tricky.
I think it's perfectly said, Riv, because you look at the difference between OKC, the championship team, and OKC, the second round exit, was the role players and their inability to step up and rise to the occasion, which is the one avenue where I can understand people doubting the Spurs' ability to go and win the championship is their lack of experience. That's fair because OKC lacked that experience in 24 and they were outclassed for majority by the Mavericks. I thought that coming in, OKC was the more talented team, the better team. Shea was Shea. Like you mentioned, you're going to have your superstar be your superstar. But then you have Case and Wallace going 0 for 6 in the final game. You have J-Dub not being the guy you saw in the regular season. Chet Holmgren getting bullied by Lively and Gafford. You just need your role players, even though these are, again, J-Dub, Chet Holmgren, these are levels to role players, of course, but they were the difference in winning and losing that series, and they didn't show up, they lost. Next year, they showed up, they won the whole thing.
I think San Antonio has that. I feel like Fox is the obvious second guy.
Easily.
But then I think Devin Vassell is like very reliable.
He is, but I want to say this. This
Guys,
guy,
I want to see it.
This guy, Dylan Harper, he should not have the game look this easy.
Fox, it's tricky. I don't want to say Fox is not reliable. We've only seen him in one playoff series.
He averaged 30.
He did. But like now it's a different beast going up against Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, like Case and Walls. Like this isn't going up against.
Do you want to hear the goofy
you know?
thing? The goofy thing is that they're going to put Caruso on Wemby. Because the whole mantra in this league is that you put a tough guard that's going to really just tire Wemby out. And I don't think that is fair logic. I think that's stupid.
I just don't think they also have a big body. Like, because Detroit didn't do that. They just put Duren on Wemby.
I think that's what you should do.
Yeah, like just, well, they don't have, like, Chet's not going to bully Wemby out of there.
Also, Wemby sees Chet and it's food.
It's understandable.
Plus the
if you see somebody your size, you better.
Well,
but
they have a real
Durant's a
rivalry.
fucking tank.
Yeah, he's huge.
Wemby and Chet have a real rivalry. Like they
That's
don't
not a rivalry
like
to me.
each other.
It's
Just
one-sided.
Wemby
It's so it's like
It
Philly
could-
and Boston. It,
could-
really is one sided.
It could be one-sided.
I don't think
but,
Chet wants it to be a rivalry. I think just Wemby wants it to be. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it could be one-sided, but yeah, Wemby definitely he gets up for that matchup. Like he likes.
He definitely he gets up for sure. I think Chet's just like
Isn't it beautiful
trying to
to see Wemby like embrace those? Like see like, but it's like you can watch it happening in real
hell
time.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That is cool.
Like I saw Detroit and San Antonio embrace it. Like
Yes.
they were like they
Yes.
hated each other, and that's the first time they met.
I think that's an underrated part of the game too, where even
And those are the young teams,
A
too.
minor part of it is in the All-Star game where you saw the young guys have their opportunity. Cade and Duran stick out to me the most, where they were playing defense. Like it was obvious to me that they were making it a point of emphasis.
Some franchise players don't play D. Mine does.
Mine
some
does, too.
don't. Mine does.
Mine does.
I think with
fucking
Fox,
mine does.
Vassell,
Mine
Castle,
really gets in there.
and I think Harper, they have enough. They definitely have enough penetration
Yeah.
to
Wow.
create shots.
And then Luke Cornett off the bench is not the worst backup option.
I think it depends. Him is matchup dependent.
Well, I think in spurts we saw last year with Boston, like he was able to go up there against New York.
But I
and
say that
more
they're
than
a
hold his
deep
own.
roster.
Yeah.
They're deep. What's that?
Sneaky.
9
I
guys.
think New York plays too bigs sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you play too bigs, you could throw Cornette
But,
out
and I've
there.
seen what Wemby does to the Knicks.
Yeah.
It's actually fucked up.
of the top 4
Kind of.
teams in the league, when we look at OKC, San Antonio, Denver, and then Detroit, you can argue Fox is the best second guy there. You can argue it for Jamal Murray too.
Yeah.
Like it's offensive options. Like I think he's a better offensive player than J-Dub. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
And then Chet.
But J-Dub's a better player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Defensively.
the defense.
Yes.
But this year has been rough for him. He has to find
He's
his
been hurt.
footing
You
again.
also can't. Never mind.
This year, Jamal.
Jamal's been the best out the three.
Yeah. This year, but Jamal and Fox is a real debate.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So
on that.
I think the fact that they have a second guy
I'd leave
that
Jamal though if we talk
think
playoffs.
exactly.
goes
You're
with
leaning Jamal
that could
'cause
go
of
up
the
with
history.
any other second guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a good debate.
I like Jamal's a-
J-Dub and Fox.
You know what it is? I remember. I think it's kind of like because remember how you told me. I'm gonna use what you said against me. You was like you like Khan over Harper because of the shooting aspect. I think that kind of fits in here where Jamal is the much better shooter than Fox, which is why I would lean him a little
That's
bit
why
more.
I feel about J-Dub
He's
personally.
a better what?
He's
J-Dub
shooting
with
31%
Fox.
from three.
This year he's been
J-Dub is streak. He's just better
this is
mid
a
range.
tough
J-Dub
year
is
to-
very obviously
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah.
He's very
He
obviously
also has no
injured.
wiggle.
No, but he's strong.
Huh?
He gets to the rim. He can shoot well
J-Dub's
when he's
efficiency
healthy.
kind of fell off last year too.
He's
In the
I mean,
playoffs,
from
he
his-
was inconsistent.
From his second year where he was like 50, 40, like 90 damn near,
I mean, what do you think he dropped off to?
35% from three.
Let's see.
His 30.
gotta give him a little grace for sure.
I do agree with that. Like that's why Jamal
He
Murray.
was 37.
Jamal Murray, I think you can argue
Teams are leaving him open.
because of the spacing.
They
Because
leave
of
a
his
lot of
spacing.
the OKC Thunder
None of them
open.
are shooters.
Well, the thing is, that's why I love the Spurs matchup versus OKC.
Yeah, but J-Dub, I don't think he's a better scorer, playmaker than De'Aaron Fox. It's really just simple as that. Like, I think J-Dub, he's really good, but he can be an offensive black hole at times. And it doesn't really matter because he plays for OKC, but
Yeah, that's nuts.
he definitely,
Black hole.
he can be.
It's unfortunate. This year, I'd say it's been
He's
more
been
known this year.
hurt. He's been hurt. He's barely played.
But here's what I'll say to what you just said before
talk
about
to
the
me.
jump shooting. I think De'Aaron Fox has become a jump shooting player. I think that De'Aaron Fox,
I think he's more streaky than
He's not
anything.
the most efficient jump shooter, but his game is very much jump shooting reliant. Like he takes a ton of mid range shots. He
Yeah.
takes more threes than ever. He can still get to the basket, but his game is not one dimensional. He has a lot of different facets in his offensive game to approach.
I think
the game.
that's what you kind of want Fox to do. Like like if you're a defense, I want Fox to take the jumper. I want Fox to shoot this three. I mean, like
But his mid range is efficient.
it is like, but like as I'm watching the Detroit game, like they were very comfortable with guarding Fox. He wasn't an issue. Like we're talking about a year or two, Ron Holland, like really putting pressure. Like he had Asar a few times, but he didn't fully commit to the rim. He took like jumpers, and it was like that's kind of what you want. You know what I'm saying? But Jamal, I'm a little bit more like shit, because this is kind of he's less explosive. You know, he's more of a wiggle type of player. He's more of a skill type of player in the sense of where he likes to get to the spot, hit this mid range jump shot, come off the pick and roll and stuff like that.
And he's been really good in the non-Jokic minutes. this
Yeah,
year, too.
so listen, I can't wait. I'm excited for it. Those are the 3 teams, though. All these other teams suck.
Yeah, but all the stats really have shown this year that the Spurs, even with Wemby on the court, they have a positive net rating.
Yeah, they're good.
You know, even without Wemby on the floor, you throw out any different type of lineup combinations, they're positive. Like, they win without Wemby. It doesn't mean they don't need him, but it just means that even without Wemby, the floor of this team, the way they play, they have really high floor, and you know what you're going to get every single night. Now, Cade Cunningham, as of recently, he's been in MVP conversations because a lot of different players now are probably going to not be eligible to get the award. Giannis is done. Shea, depending on when he comes back, he might not
tomorrow,
be eligible.
But he has a little wiggle room.
He has like 2 games left. He can miss.
He's never
max.
injured though, so he'll
Yeah.
probably play
Nikola
again.
Jokic just came back recently. He has to continue
gonna
to
miss one more
play
game.
for him to meet that requirement, the
Wemby's
65
allowed
game
3.
requirement.
Yeah, that one's unfortunate.
So based on all of these players dropping out, the joke has been that Cade Cunningham now has a chance to win this MVP award, in which a lot of different players have dropped out the race, but neither here or there. Do you think that he is deserving of being in the conversation and being viewed as an MVP type of player?
I'm gonna make it quick, Riv, because I know Cade Cunningham's your favorite player right now. Not named Steph Curry. However,
really my bro.
come on.
That
That being said, I'll make it quick. You saying the joke has been, that's where immediately I go and say, yes, it's not a joke. He's been amazing. The 1 seed. He's carrying a team where I say carrying because he's the best player, very obviously.
he's quite literally the
It is a group of players that
Athletes.
it's really good.
It's OKC.
It is really good players that are extremely athletic with a lack of creation. That is where I give nothing but praise to JB Bickerstaff, and I give nothing but praise to Cade Cunningham for what they've been able to accomplish, because he gets the most out of his players. They are a hard-nosed, defensive sound team who lack offensive creation unless your name is Cade Cunningham. And the fact that he is able to uplift and continuously not just dominate the ball and scoring the basketball, but be their main playmaker, just handle the ball. And I think he's top 2 in usage in the NBA this season.
Probably.
His consistency night in, night out, his willingness to go all out every single night as well. If he needs to die on his sword, he needs to take 30 shots a game. He's willing to do that for the team because he knows that he is their best option and most reliable option. Because there's not many guys. You thought that coming in, maybe Jaden Ivey could have been that guy. Unfortunately, that was far from reality. He's been able to create something special with Jalen Duren this season. That we can give credit to Jalen Duren for ascending and taking his strides as a player as well. But in terms of creation, it's Cade Cunningham and the list. And I'm not trying to be rude. That's just the reality. It's a bunch of great players that know their role. They run a lot of pick and rolls and getting downhill and finishing near the cup. But also credit, I mentioned in the chat, shout out to Duncan Robinson. I think Duncan Robinson was a great addition for them. He's just fit in perfectly, and he just knows what his role is and does that at a great level, especially after losing Malik Beasley. I say all that to say, it's the 1 seed. He's the best player on the team. Usually, that goes hand in hand with an MVP. So it's not a joke that he's in the should be a minimum top 5 MVP candidate while these guys are healthy, while they're playing, without the requirement of 65 games. He's been that great. He's been that special. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing that should be a joke about Cade Cunningham this season.
The storyline is that if these players don't meet the 65 game minimum, the MVP race is going to come down to Cade and Jalen Brown.
See, that's where people think they're funny. Watch your mouth. Watch
Why
your
do you
mouth.
think Cade clears?
I think Cade has
in terms of the candidacy, you think he just clears?
I'm not saying like he's a joke, but like if we're talking
You're pissing me off.
we'd all vote Cade over
Over
Jalen
JB,
Brown.
I would.
Yeah,
I would too.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like,
that's
you
what
think
I'm saying.
Cade has a legit case and Jalen Brown doesn't?
No. In my opinion, and I love what he's doing. I don't really care about the games played stuff. Like he would be like 4th or 5th
That's
on my
what I'm
ballot.
saying. No matter
Like,
what,
he would be 4th or 5th on my ballot. So like it would be he gets the MVP, but it's because these 4 guys, unfortunately, didn't play the required games. Because in my opinion, it's the Joker versus SGA with Wemby creeping behind. Of course, you can probably make a case maybe for Luka. You can make a case for Cade, Jalen Brown. But in reality, we've never ever talked about guys outside the top 3 unless the case was 5 legit cases. Like it's never been with a 5th guy who deserves MVP. Let's just go ahead and talk about why he deserves MVP. No, Jason Tatum has finished 5th on the MVP ballot. Devin Booker has finished 4th on the MVP ballot. Do we care? No, not really. Like we can acknowledge he's having an MVP caliber season. I think that's a fact. You can't take that away from number 1 seed. This is, for me, in my opinion, this is the baby OKC of the East. A bunch of athletes that can't shoot a ton, that play hard-ass defense, that score off transition. They have one guy that can create. He's just a otherworldly passer, so this also ups it where it's the inefficient scoring doesn't hurt them as much because he's an otherworldly passer. Like, this is an awesome passer. So I think the case is there, but like to just win it, it's tough because if we're just gonna go numb it down to games played, I think that's where the jokes become funny and where people start bringing in and they start bringing in he's an efficient scorer. I do think he's at a MVP caliber season. I think he deserves to get the credit. I think he deserves to get praise for the year he's having, but I don't think he's having a better season than guys like Wemby. I don't think he's having a better season than the Joker or SGA. I think just if he wins the MVP, your case is going to be with these guys. Like if I said Cade is my MVP, my only legit argument is, he's just played more games than SGA.
Oh, interesting.
Because OKC's the one seed.
True.
They're not far off. They're like 3, 4, 5, 6 games off. You know, so his
get it out.
His case would just be, he's played more games. That's not a real case to me. So in my opinion, I think the jokes are funny. Like Cade is getting to that status, that notoriety where now he's becoming the butt of the jokes. And it happens to all stars. It happens to Luka, happened to Steph, happened to Harden, Kevin Durant, even happened to LeBron. So he's getting to that point where now people are starting to watch Detroit. They're starting to get these media games. He's starting to get that hate watch. It happens to all players. I'm happy he's getting there because
Cade's getting hate watched?
Hell yeah,
Wow.
for sure, because he's an efficient scorer. But it's all right. And
Spurs game he got shit on for sure.
And I'm glad he's getting hate watch because that just means people are understanding how great he is. Yeah, that means you've hit a point. Yeah. Now you're one of the top guys. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't really care about the MVP. I don't think he deserves it in my opinion, but I do think if you want to put him 6 on the ballot, 5 on the ballot, cool. Like I'm with that, but that's not getting a trophy up in the building. We want trophies, and we don't get that.
Can I ask a question?
Championships in Detroit. That's what
and MVPs.
And MVPs.
Can I ask you a question? Should we have an MVP in the East and the West?
Hell no.
I don't like that baseball does it.
You don't like that?
I don't like that.
No.
Oh, wow. I couldn't disagree more.
Why are we doing
I couldn't disagree more.
Because every sport has, or the other sports,
I feel like baseball a little different. Baseball a little different.
But you play so many games in basketball.
Baseball, you play way more. Like
you play double.
Yeah.
But
and the positions are so different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
But you're still obviously playing the same game. You're playing similar teams. The rules are the same.
Yeah.
Like it would be like.
But like, who wins MVP the most in pitching? Like, what position? I mean, not pitching in baseball. What position?
Hitters most likely, but they'll have your pitchers that win.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a goalie.
Watered down.
I think
pitchers also have Cy Young, which is like their own kind of.
Which
MVP.
is why if a pitcher wins the MVP, you bugged out.
Yeah, it's so different because football, you have your quarterbacks mainly win MVP. In basketball, it's just who's the most impactful guy. You know, I think that's why you keep it to one award. You know.
Yeah, well, that's why Ohtani went in every year. It's like, well, he does pitch and he does hit, so that makes sense.
He
But
does.
football, you got your defensive player of the year and your MVP. That's kind of like a pitcher.
See, but I say that
how many if you did that, like how in the last couple of years, you will look at the Western Conference player as like the true MVP. Yeah. And then the East MVP as like
MVP.
There's like 4 of the guys in the West that could probably won it over this East guy.
Well, to be fair, Giannis and Embiid have won 3 out of the last.
I was gonna say it's not like the East has had the wildly inferior player in the past.
Well, last year it was
that's when they were good.
Shea and Jokic. Those are the top 2.
Well, Giannis also most likely would have been the MVP in the East
as a 7 seed last year.
He was otherworldly.
I understand, but now we're just what I'm saying.
But he's the best player.
See, but now we're just giving it to the best player. If that's the case, we should do that for
who would have won it for the East then?
Nobody.
If not Giannis, you're saying.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying if you had to pick
Tatum,
one.
Giannis,
Tatum would have legitimately probably won.
All right.
And he should have won.
He's a top 5 player in the world.
No, I'm with you.
And then in 2024 it would have been Luka, Shea, Jokic. Those are the top 3 in the MVP race.
Tatum would have won in 24. He averaged 30.
Or Jimmy Butler.
Damn, Tatum would have had 2 MVPs right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
If we did an East MVP.
But I was going to say, because I think about it in baseball and you say like, it kind of waters it down. They said Barry Bonds was the best player and he gave it to him 7 times. They weren't about to just rob the guy who should have won MVP.
But now you're not giving it to the best player. You're giving it to 2 separate players in 2 different conferences.
Correct, but it's the best player in the conference, correct?
Yeah, but you want to just MVP in basketball,
which
you
I
can
can
understand.
I'm not here. I don't see it as a consolation prize.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
How I see it is, you mainly play more teams in your conference regardless.
Yeah.
So you can individualize it by conference.
But then we always look at it like the East has always been the inferior conference. So it's like,
but they never really had the inferior player.
They had LeBron for.
They do.
Yeah, 20
outside
years.
LeBron.
Well,
Tatum is like the sixth best player.
Okay, but Giannis also for a while. Like
Fair.
these last 3 years, yes,
Yeah.
you can say that. You can. But it's been Giannis. It's been LeBron. Tatum is
Well, LeBron
still
started being the best
amazing.
player when? 28, 19?
20, whenever he left was 18.
Yeah, so 18.
And
then
then
it's been
Giannis came in.
Yeah, Giannis
Kawhi was
but
there.
Giannis won his.
True.
Yeah,
Embiid,
well,
when
Giannis
he's
won
healthy,
his.
is in the
Embiid
conversation.
won the
Embiid
actual MVP.
Probably don't even hit the
games
mark.
though, but yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you're actually selling Cade a little short because I think Cade has a case. It's probably not first place case.
Well,
but
if you don't
it's
have a first place case, what case do you have?
fair, but I think a lot of other years.
Like if everybody was healthy, would he make first team?
no.
I don't think he would.
First team NBA.
Whoa,
NBA.
first team
Like it'd be a
No.
conversation. I think he'll be
Wemby,
conversating for the
Jokic,
fifth
Shea.
spot.
Luka.
well, Luka's been healthy.
It'd be so like Wemby's a lock. We'll have SGA's a lock, Joker's a lock. Now you have
Giannis.
Ant-Man. Oh, Giannis. Now you have Ant-Man,
Giannis.
Luka, Cade fighting for that fifth spot.
Did
Like
you say
let's
Wemby
say-
already?
Yeah, he's
and
a lock.
Tatum was healthy.
And yeah, he wouldn't have a lock fifth spot. If you don't have a locked fifth
Talk.
all first team spot, first place votes, you know what I'm saying?
I think this year Cade would have gotten. He will, and even if everyone was healthy, he probably still would get first.
I think he'll get votes.
first team because he's the number one seed.
Yeah.
You had the breakout year. We know MVP. A lot of it is storyline. You know, part of it
That's
is
fair.
being the best player. Shea and Jokic and Wemby this year.
Donovan
They're all
Mitchell was
going to be
first
in
team
it.
last year. Can't forget
And
that.
we shitted on him because
I
he
hated
shouldn't have
it.
got it.
I hated that.
But I think
But I think Cade had a better year than Donovan.
I don't know. I think Cade has a case in terms of they're a top 10 offense. I think that alone has to have you in the conversation because coming into the season, we knew how good the defense was going to be. But I don't think any of us thought this was going to be a legit
Transition.
top 10 offense.
That
Sure,
transition
listen,
shit matters.
get
Look
it-
at
get it
Memphis
how
a
you
couple
can.
years ago, bro.
Get it how you can, and
It does.
it's you compare them to OKC. Both of you guys did. It's true, but offensively, they don't have. I don't think close to the talent OKC does. Right when you're talking about some of the shooters that they have off the bench now, they don't have a secondary creator like they do J-Dub. Even a guy like Chet who can create a little bit for himself. I think Cade is still working with a lot less than what Shea and OKC did last season.
for sure. I think it's tough. Like
Well, Cade's best case is turning around the team and making them the first seed and doing
Yeah.
a lot with less.
I think and I think the a lot with less argument works if you didn't have like three studs.
Yeah.
You know, I think it would have worked. That's how D Rose got it. Shit. Like that's
Yeah.
that's
Well, his was a
legitimate.
lot of storyline too. You
Yeah,
know what
so, I mean,
Like,
if you-
there's
listen,
stats wise, no,
Yeah,
but
the storyline is great. The thing is just going to hurt is that he's not going to be in contention with guys because they're out of it because of games played. It's not going to be because of an actual case. I think that's going to really hurt him.
Yeah, I think Cade is playing at that level, though. I think he's playing like an MVP. And the Pistons, you have to kind of measure them by like what is leading to them winning. And it's a couple of things, but I think the main thing is defense. Defense is the reason why they have won so many games. And Cade is that lifeline on offense that propels them late in games. He's been one of the clutchest players this season. But you look at Denver, what they lean on is offense. OKC, they lean on defense, and then Shea offensively, similar to how they lean on Detroit, on Cade in Detroit. But looking at the metrics, because when Cade is off the floor, the defense stays pretty much the same because they have great defenders. But the offense drops off from a 121 offensive rating to a 112 offensive rating. He's a plus 8.9 on offense. And you look at the impact Shea has on his offense, it's a plus 9.8, and Jokic is a plus 11.6. Cade is up there with, he's not to their numbers, but he is towards the top of the league in terms of his offensive on and off impact and what he's providing on a nightly basis. And I feel like that is worthy of MVP level impact. Like he's having that sort of impact on the team. It's a big reason why they're the number one seed in the league right now. And I do think he has a case. Like I don't think he'd have a case over Shea or Jokic to win it, but it's something that you have to think think It's not something that you just write off instantly because I think he's having that great of a season.
This year.
definitely
Yeah.
won.
Unanimous.
Yeah,
That could be a good video. Who would win
we
the?
get that
yeah.
for sure. Unanimous. I can't wait, man. I can't wait till we're holding up the trophy.
We're giving everyone an award now.
They gave Jalen Brown the ECF MVP.
Well, that's
Deserved.
a real award.
That's honestly, I hated when they brought that award off. It's so stupid.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Tatum has Jalen Brown's, and Jalen Brown, in your opinion, may have Jason Tatum's.
No, I just feel like that's like, what are we doing?
Because I
Baseball
think
also gives an award for every position for Silver Slugger.
I mean, I feel like that's fair.
You get like for the best hitters at each position.
Fine, give
I'll
the
be
best
honest.
point guard
And gold gloves.
Baseball cooks with their awards.
They
They're-
get
no,
a
they're
shit
awards.
ton.
I-
But that's
I-
kind of like their all NBAs. If you think
That's
about it.
exactly what
and I
it
only
is.
play the game, but I see how many awards. It's
There's
so
a shit
cool.
ton,
It's so
yeah.
cool.
They do an amazing job.
Yeah, it's so cool. They even do have like their little all NBA type
They've
teams.
had an ALCS MVP,
Yeah, that's
NLCS
dope.
MVP. They've had that for years.
I feel like with the ECF, I feel like new awards, you kind of should have to go back and reward everybody for when they should get the award. Because now we're just making up new shit to put in
New
dudes'
resume.
to put in dudes' creds, and now they can use it in all time talk. Like, well, yeah, I have an ECF MVP. You don't. Nigga, I was the best player just like you. So
Dude,
you
I
just,
mean, I don't know. I think if ECF MVP
know what I'm
is the
saying?
debate, you probably lost
brother,
the point.
you never know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. We focus on winning the chip.
I'm not gonna lie. I need players to start missing the requirements so my boy JB can get first team. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, he's
He'll be
second team.
second.
He'll be
He'll be
second team.
second.
Oh no, he's stamped regardless.
Yeah, he'll be
second
second
team, but we need some heads. To,
Well, Steph's about to miss his.
that's tragic
So
because
that's that's a spot. Dude, we're about to have a bunch of mad young players.
gonna
I do think Luka is getting first team because
I don't
heads
hate
are
it.
going to miss and he's not.
I don't hate it. I think Ant-Man has a case for first team.
Easily
Not in
does.
my league, man.
Luka's
Not
also
for
playing at a really high level.
Luka.
No, he is.
Yeah.
No slight.
Not even top 10 offense. I don't know.
I'm not
These-
saying anything against
They
Luka.
fucking suck. Remember when dudes was calling Aiden dominating?
God. A+ offseason. DeAndre in.
Can you guys cut him
You
some
saw his
slack?
Clint
all right?
Capella. You saw his Clint Capella comment,
He's
right?
nuts. 26 was
Clears.
awesome. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, why would you not? Dudes killed me.
Shout out to DeAndre.
And there's
Ayton,
not
man. Keep
anything we
drinking your
didn't know was gonna
age.
You could pay me $1 million. I'll clean the floor after every fall in the NBA.
Yeah.
Dudes just don't want to be Clint Capella. Like, what are we doing?
Clint Capella's been a solid player for damn near his whole
He's
career.
been paid too.
Yeah.
You just got bought out by the Blazers. Like, dude, have some humility. Humble yourself. Fuck you
The
doing?
Lakers are a whole conundrum, man.
Guys, please, all right.
No. His whack ass.
Humble yourself.
Like, what are you doing? I don't want to be no Clint Capella. I don't know if you said it though, so I ain't gonna go too hard because you may not have said it.
They
But-
said he was in the locker room, and after he got done talking to reporters, he kind of shouted it as he was
some
walking
things
away.
people can't hear, so I'm not gonna. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But that's crazy,
I
man.
don't want to be no Clint Capella. That's
Sure.
probably how he said it.
Brother,
So go be DeAndre and see where life
see
takes
who's in
you.
the league longer. Yeah,
This is what's he on a player 1+1 team?
This is a 1-year deal.
Oh, dude, he's not. They're not bringing him back.
it was such a weird signing.
No, I mean, we
They had
needed a
nothing
stage.
else.
We needed a center.
I mean, it's better than anything he could have gotten.
Is it?
I would find
Yes,
something else.
it is. It
Someone
is.
who
What's
buys
his
it for
on-off?
real.
Who the fuck else could we have gotten?
What's his
I don't know.
on-offs? Let's get to data ball.
God damn it! Why you make me a 2-year contract, by the way?
Oh, okay. You're stuck with him.
Is it a team option?
I think they just
That's
gave
what
him
has to be
money.
most of me, man.
Just giving out free money.
Option for 26-27.
His option
Team?
or theirs?
I'd imagine.
Player option.
You
Player, wow.
He has to take that.
How much is it?
8.
Um,
8.10?
Actually, run with that.
it's $8 million.
Run
There's
with
no
that.
way yo, brother, take that. You're not getting anything bigger.
All
That's
right.
low-key a good deal, though.
It is.
It's a
2
great
years,
deal.
16 mil?
I mean,
1+1?
he's not a terrible player.
I mean, like regular season, 8 minutes.
He's
sure.
so painfully average, it's not even funny.
Are you checking out?
I don't know. The
his
Lakers are
on-off?
going to have a pretty clean
Yeah, I
sheet
can.
next year. They could do a
But
lot.
they have to pay Big Reeves.
Yeah, and Bron's going to walk probably.
You see this? You fucking sent that bullshit. You pissed me off, bro.
Did you see the one I sent of Jalen Brown in the Boston Celtics?
That I don't care, bro.
What'd you say? I probably saw it, but I don't remember.
You guys
so in his minutes, they're
Oh, against the top 6
suck.
teams, yeah.
you guys suck.
when he's on the floor, they're minus 50 plus minus.
Uh-huh.
Negative 1.6 net rating, 118 offensive rating, 119.6 defensive rating.
Damn.
When he's off the floor, they're a plus 29.
Jesus Christ.
They have 1.2 net rating.
Okay.
Oh,
100,
plus 29 overall.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
They
my
just
bad,
don't
my
win,
bad,
though.
my bad.
117.5 offensive rating, 116.3 defensive rating.
They suck with him, they suck without him.
It's really no difference
Yeah.
at all.
You
What-
said
what's the
119
double-double rule looking
defensive
like?
rating
Is he-
though?
Are they still cooking? We get
For
the double-double.
Ian?
On
15-10,
he's
I
on?
really don't know.
Yeah, but that might be just because he plays with more offensively
Yeah,
slanted
he's probably
lineups.
playing with Luka and Reeves.
Yeah, he's not playing with like any defenders in his lineup, so it makes sense why they're worse defensively. The best lineup with him on the floor, this has only been a lineup for 81 minutes. It's Marcus Smart, Reeves, Rui, Luka, and Ayton. They have a 13.8 net rating, 117.3 offensive rating, 103.5 defensive
How many
rating.
minutes is that?
81 minutes.
Lineup doesn't sound
Maybe
terrible.
like two full games or close to two full
Probably is,
games.
something
Doesn't
like that.
sound terrible.
I heard some shit. You need like
Bro, I've heard
500
worse from
minutes
you
for that
guys,
shit to
you know what I'm
stabilize. So they're
This
all right,
roster
of
is
course.
so bad, Drew. Like I've never.
It's terrible.
It's
actually.
so awful. Like
It's so bad. It's just poorly constructed.
You got Gabe on an 11 mil.
We weren't
Vando
expecting
on
to get
12.
Luka Doncic in his prime.
You really weren't. That's fucked everything.
It ruined everything.
Getting Luka ruined
That
it
shit
all.
fucked everything.
We weren't expecting to get Luka, and then
So easily.
LeBron still wanting his max money.
You knew you was getting. You knew that was happening.
That was obvious.
Yeah, you knew that was
But I'm saying the Luka part.
Shit was out of
Now it
nowhere.
made things dicey because LeBron's not turning down that max.
Yeah.
And then Reeves just.
Do you think
so
you guys can beat
fucking good.
anybody in the West?
The
First round.
Rockets.
Okay. I mean, anybody can beat.
I
them.
don't think we can beat the the Timberwolves.
Okay.
I don't.
So it's really just find the Rockets.
Got one.
Find the Rockets.
Find
No,
the
they're a
Rockets.
first round exit. The Lakers are.
Most teams in the West are. They just
Simple
play
as
each
that.
other.
Half of them probably.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they get the 4th seed and end up playing Houston like in the in the first round as like the 5th.
Yeah.
But
God willing.
you have OKC, San Antonio, Denver,
Don't get the 6th
Minnesota.
seed.
It's
Those
tough,
are
tough
4 teams that I think quite
Well, Minnesota's got locked in
comfortably I'll
top
take
4.
over the Lakers.
Minnesota's got locked the fucking in general.
Yeah.
They be trolling sometimes.
Yeah, because they could fuck around and be a 5 or 6 seed, and all of a sudden,
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
It's over.
I'm ashamed to say this. This is my first year I've watched another team more than the Lakers,
Spurs.
without a doubt.
That's your team, bro. Lock in.
I'm ashamed to admit that.
I get it. Watching the Lakers sucks.
It just kills me watching them, just the inconsistency in their games.
We fucking
Yeah,
fried
dude.
them, bro.
Who?
Pritchard was doing.
Yo, bro.
Oh, would you shut up? All right,
No, what
you got
Pritchard-
to
no,
stop.
no,
What
but
That was
Pritchard
a
was
fucking
doing
nuts.
push off.
was crazy.
That was a push off
I
if
don't
I've
care.
ever seen it.
Yeah, call it.
They were glazing that shit on the broadcast like it was the best
Bro, did
move
you
of
see how
all
he
time.
fell?
Oh, he felt crazy.
Bro, the
He
leg was.
shoved him.
First of
the
all,
leg jumped
how
him.
is Pritchard pushing Vandal like
He's
that?
already having his energy go that way, and you give him an
Vandal's
extra
got 70 pounds
sub.
on him.
So
My
what about
God.
having Austin Reeves? What Brown did to him?
All right, can we?
Do you think G could ever push you like that, no matter what?
Can I
And you don't
also
think we
say
laugh
this?
if it happened?
Can we also say this? The officiating was quite literally
It wasn't
garbage.
good. It wasn't good.
Yeah, y'all would have
You
lost
also
by
weren't
like
good.
15 instead of 40.
Bro, Pritchard was fucking you guys.
No, it was nasty.
Like, you had nothing for him.
The real have always known Pritchard's a good player.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough. You guys.
I
Trade
love,
Rui.
I
Why
love
didn't you guys
playing
trade
Luka,
Rui?
man.
Because Rui is one of the few consistent offensive players we have.
Sometimes you got to move somebody.
Well, you have offensive players. You got Reeves.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Do we?
Oh, shit.
Reeves, Bron, Luka.
I'm gonna be honest. Watch the game.
Remember the tweet? Strip club. A whole bunch of
I'm
ass.
be honest with you, bro. Watching this offense at times is like pulling teeth.
Oh, I know.
Because we're supposed to be
Step back, step back.
one of the
fatty.
best
Put him in
offenses
the-
of all time. And we are, it is hard to score.
Yeah.
It's hard to score.
Yeah, I
How
mean-
is that possible that it's hard to score and you have LeBron, Luka, and Reeves?
You got Luka taking off possessions and shit.
He's
Defense,
hilarious,
yeah.
bro. He's so
Yeah,
funny.
Indecisiveness. You have LeBron bricking game winners.
You got Luka passing
Indecisive Luka Doncic. What do I do? I don't know.
Hey, that was
Wide
LeBron.
open three. I'm good.
Yeah, I can't make this. Hit
LeBron, yeah, go ahead. Go LeBron.
Nah, LeBron
Settle for
was-
eighth. Fading, spinning three.
LeBron was sick. He's like, yo, he had the shot.
You said ask
yeah,
him?
yeah, I don't know why he didn't take the shot. Like, yeah.
He's not wrong.
He isn't wrong.
He was open.
Luka would have shot that. I don't know why he didn't shoot it. He's
Said he was
over
too
it.
deep.
Nigga, he shoots
I
those.
would say
Too
it's-
deep?
That's what
Yeah,
he
he's
said.
crazy for saying that. He's crazy. He's crazy. He shoots those.
He said I
That
thought
was
we'd get a
an
better
open
look.
shot.
There's fucking 3 seconds on the
He
clock.
takes step backs farther.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
That's all he does.
Twinkie.
Just pick him up.
He wasn't
full court,
shooting the
man.
ball well in that game, but in the fourth quarter, he hit some timely shots. So
Shout out to Luka, man.
Not timely enough.
I don't know why he didn't take that shot.
Sometimes, listen, sometimes your franchise player just doesn't have it.
Shame.
It's unfortunate.
Can we relax?
Your Spurs have it. Wemby.
That I know. That being said, can we relax? Like, listen, I know that
What?
I've been on board for the
I'm not
Luka
saying
hate
you, I'm
at
just
some
saying in general.
times. Like, I've been on board for the Luka hate. I have been, but like, it
speaking
gets to a
generally.
point. It gets to a
I'm
point.
speaking generally. Some franchises.
What do you
don't
mean
have it.
Luka doesn't have it?
I didn't say that.
You just said that.
I was
You
fucking
just
generally.
said
He
that.
said sometimes your franchise. He didn't
I
specifically.
didn't say the
All right,
Lakers.
so does Luka have it or
Insinuated,
no?
maybe.
Some franchise players play defense. Mine does. That's all I can really tell you.
Fact, man.
No, he doesn't.
Cade don't?
Now it's Cade. What happened to Steph?
When has he played? Tell me the last time Steph played. I'll tell you the last time I watched the Warriors game.
It's been a minute. A month? I don't know how long.
He's not going to play for another
Steph
3
Curry
years.
is a clear example that you don't need to be the best defender.
Who's a better defender, Steph or Luka?
Oh, it's not close.
Like, legitimately, who's a better defender?
Steph Curry.
Yeah, just try, man. That's all. Yeah, stop complaining.
I was listening to Jason Timpf talk about the cream of the crop of the league. I don't know if you guys had saw that, but he was saying how the highest ceiling of a player in the league is Luka Doncic. The issue is that his floor is lower than all of the best players in the
I saw
world.
that clip. Yeah.
Okay.
And why his ceiling is higher is because he has a move that is unstoppable, his step back three. And if his jump shot is hitting, he's impossible
This
to
is
stop.
him also going to the rim.
So he's also including this as in this Luka Doncic, the guy who is not the same driver of the basketball. He's saying, which I do agree to a certain extent, Luka is the most unstoppable at his peak when his shot is hitting because the step back three is just so unguardable given his size.
Luka is at his best, dude.
At his best
in the world.
any night, he can be the best in the world. Yes. That being said, I think he made such a great point by saying his bad games are just so much worse. Can you calm the fuck down?
He's so rude.
Like, calm the fuck down.
Genuine question. How many nights this year has Luka been the best in the world?
I thought you said how many years have we seen?
No, I was saying how many nights. It's like any night. So like how many nights this year?
At least 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he puts up great PRA. Like his PRA is sensational.
is so nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I'm glad we're not PRA merchants no more.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not.
Go to hell.
Listen, brother, I've been here with Luka for years, but the world's catching up.
Man, you've been wrong. I think it's
I've been wrong. I think I've been proven right.
No, I think
this year more than
this year it's very easy to point the finger at Luka and blame him for all of the Lakers' atrocities.
It is.
When in reality, it's not a good basketball team.
No, I'm not putting this season on Luka, but he's has his least amount of drives so far in his career, at least less than last season. Athletically, he's just as he was last year. I don't think that
was the case in 2024, and he led his team to the finals.
Yeah,
his jump shot was dramatically better.
His 3-point shot was definitely
He also
better.
has series where he struggled, and he had to play defense, and he played defense.
This whole world tour he went on the offseason, he looks like the same dude to me. Athletically, he's not better.
Funny enough, Luka's floor right now is still like top 6 player in the world. So.
Yeah, he's
for
still,
sure. But no, we're talking about the floor of the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Like when you compare his floor to an SGA, a Jokic.
What is SGA's floor? Do we even know what that is?
His floor is straight up 30 points. His floor is 30 points.
So him.
It's just an efficient 30. Yeah.
That is his point. His point is the two others are just so much more consistent than he is right now.
Yeah.
And that is why Luka cannot be the MVP of the league.
I think SGA is scary because his ceiling is giving him a 3 ball and up the play.
The tragedy is that he really is Michael. Like, he's kind of on Michael trajectory.
If he's more like Kobe, late Kobe, I think.
But he's a better shooter.
Low key. I think MJ is just way more athletic.
And he's better at the rim. Yeah. Is that not wrong? Like, isn't that not right?
Like
Kobe?
Yeah.
Efficient. You think he's better than Kobe?
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Here we go.
You think he's better than Kobe? Like, really?
Scoring the basketball.
That was Kobe's best skill.
That's SGA's best
skill. So you think Shay's a better...
Kobe matters.
Kobe plays defense.
Well, yeah. I mean, Kobe's a better defender, but you really think Shay's a better scorer than Kobe?
This season is some of the best peak basketball there is. It really is. Like, his efficiency is what? 50, 40, 90?
He's
55, 40, 90?
Kobe, but in terms of volume score.
Of course. The volume matters. The volume matters.
They're probably the same volume. That shit takes a lot of shots.
He does unload the clip.
Shots,
but what is it not like 55, 40?
I just think comparing modern efficiency to the dead ball era is just ridiculous.
Super hard.
Just no comparison.
Even if you did relative true shooting, I'm sure SJ is going to be higher than Kobe.
Relative true shooting, possibly, but the efficiency right now is just higher than ever anyway.
I know, the finishing at the rim.
It was much tougher to score in that era, without a doubt.
Yeah,
the degree of difficulty was much tougher. The spacing that players had to deal with in that era. You could have 3 non-shooters on the floor at once. That's what Kobe dealt with. I mean, essentially. And when he had Andrew Bynum, Paul Gasol, they didn't have long-range shooters.
The greatest shooting.
In the playoffs, they collapsed more on it, but he is surrounded by really good shooting and players that have made gargantuan leaps in their game as shooters. Like Lou Dort, he gets left open, but he shot 40% from 3 the year they made the finals run, if not the year before. So I think it's just a much different era to compare, because if that's the case, then Tim Duncan's inefficient. And we know that Tim Duncan's not inefficient because Kobe and him finished with the same efficiency for their careers. So I think it's a tough era to compare. I think Luka Doncic is being made as like the scapegoat of a bad Lakers team. And the expectation for this team should be what everybody feels like it is. It's a first round exit because of the roster construction. Luka, for as much as the Lakers got gifted a star player, Luka was robbed of a situation in where he was on a contending team.
Yeah.
The first contending team of Luka Doncic's career, because he went through almost half a decade of the rosters not being good enough and still was able to lead them to the conference finals. The one time he gets a roster that you say, okay, man, this roster is actually the best one he's had, He goes to the NBA Finals. And then the next year he gets traded from it. I mean, we saw Luka with a great roster, the best he's had, and he made the finals.
Your franchise player ever get traded?
No, never.
Me either.
And Luka's roster
never will.
in Dallas that year they made the finals, it wasn't on the level of any roster Jokic has had at his best or that Shea has had in OKC. Like, they've had better rosters. So now because Luka's on a bad team and they lose, and listen, sometimes it is because he doesn't play the best, but for the most part, it's because the roster is not good. It doesn't fit his skill set. Now because they're losing, you can't win with Luka. No, you can't win with this roster.
It's true.
This roster you can't win with.
Yeah, I'm not. That's why you guys gotta chill with the joke.
Joker can't win with this roster. Shea can't win with this roster. Nobody is winning with this roster
Shea
in
can't
the
win
playoffs.
with this roster?
No, he's not.
Shea can't win with this roster?
No, win what?
Games?
Win what?
Win what?
The Lakers are winning games.
Are we?
Yes,
We're
are.
2 wins above 500 in 2026.
You're a top 6 seed in the West.
Brother, they have a negative net rating.
Dude, we're 2 games above 500.
They don't beat
in
good teams
2026.
ever.
We're 14 and 12.
The Lakers are a first round exit regardless of any star that comes through those doors. That's what they are.
I can't agree. Jokic is on this team. We're better.
What are they? Are they a championship team?
Top 3 seed?
Are they a championship team?
Probably not.
Are they a conference finals team?
I'm not saying that's what we should be.
Maybe you win a playoff series, but I don't think the ceiling dramatically changes. The roster sucks.
Like, I think that Luka, he's averaging 34.99 because he has to.
He does.
If he doesn't have to do that, he wouldn't do that. But he has to do that every single night. It's just, listen, this is the state of the Lakers we knew they were going to be in post LeBron leaving, like with AD. That's why they really had no future. But Luka's the reason why they have a future right now. That's why I think all this talk around him is like, it's so Luka-centric, but it's so clear that Luka on a good team with a good infrastructure and supporting cast can compete for a title every year.
I think that why it's, at least I can speak for me and Dell, is why it's so Luka-centric is because we thought the roster was ass in the offseason. So we're only just, like, we already knew they weren't good. Like, this was just like furthering our point more. Now it's just Luka jokes.
To be fair, it's not dramatically different from last year. And last year we were a top 3 seed. It's not dramatically
The difference is you had an anchor.
The West just was better.
No, we didn't.
Last year you did.
The West is better now.
I'm saying post Luka. Post Luka, this was the roster, and we barely lost post Luka.
What was that? After the All-Star break, right?
Correct. We barely lost post Luka.
I just think the West is better now. Last
you
year, the
did
Rockets
have
were the 2
Aiden
seed.
on your roster last year.
So I agree.
Marcus Smart.
You didn't have Marcus Smart.
Okay, and honestly, we're talking about 2
Role
They
players.
play a lot.
They do play a lot.
They play a lot.
Too much.
You know, Reeves' offensive uptick jumped up, so that means defense drops.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron came in injured. You know what I'm saying? Old age and stuff like that.
LeBron was drastically better last year.
He was, yeah.
Did you guys
It's
lose in
because of
5
the
games
shooting.
now in the first
It's
round?
because of the shooting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're the same team. Plus, like you're mentioning, Marcus Smart plays more. DeAndre Ayton plays
Starting
more.
5. I mean, you start Hayes. Really, you couldn't
He
predict.
struggled.
You couldn't predict this.
6 against Boston from 3 or
Yeah,
something.
you couldn't predict this. Yeah, too much Lakers talk, man. What's the next?
Too much
topic?
Lakers talk. We hate the
Go to
Lakers.
hell.
We hate
Go to hell.
They
I
just had a
barely
big
talk about
loss,
them this
man.
year.
Who?
The Lakers did.
Who?
They had a big loss.
to Orlando.
The loss to
Orlando.
Orlando was pretty big.
Oh, I'm thinking you talking about like somebody died.
It took over.
My fault.
It took over.
It took over the internet.
airwaves.
Yeah, because Luka passed up the open 3, and then there was the post game remarks from LeBron. Yeah, I thought we were gonna talk about Luka or the Lakers this show, but we got to talk about it anyway.
We
I
did
was going to
talk
say,
about it.
I don't really talk about them.
Yeah,
I stay quiet.
I get it. I wouldn't want to talk about him either.
In
Listen,
years past,
I
I
know-
used to be so
I know,
loud.
heart to heart, you're not a Luka guy. You just have to, and I respect
He literally
that.
changed his whole vibe
I
as soon as
respect
he got
it, and I
traded.
get it 100%.
Well, no, it's 100% for us. Like you trying to root for Luka.
Yeah, I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. He's on your favorite team.
He's averaging 34 points a game, guys. He is
Most useless
You don't
34
give a
ever.
fuck.
very obviously one of the best scorers in basketball.
You've seen people shit on that 34 game off.
So I got a question for you, Riv.
Yeah, what's up?
Because Data Ball,
Talk to me.
you like it a lot, and
It's a
I
good
do
app.
too. They have a really
It's
good
a good
website.
app, good app.
By every metric,
Mhm. Mhm.
in basketball, in the advanced analytics sphere,
Here we go.
it would suggest
Mm.
that Luka is an average defender.
Defense, I don't look at metrics for defense.
You don't?
No, not really.
Okay.
I think if the stats were saying he's an average defender, you shouldn't look at those stats. But I
I think in stretches we've seen him do it. Like he can be average. You know what it is? It's kind of like the offense thing where his lows are super low. I think defense is the same thing. His lows are super low. My whole problem with him is the complaining shit and like the whole you get fouled allegedly, and then you're like talking to the ref for the next 20 minutes, and you're literally letting guys go down. Like you're letting your team go down 4-on-5, and they're scoring and stuff like that. But if you believe those metrics are correct, yeah.
Well, no, I do believe it. I do think he's an average defender, and
Jesus Christ.
Nothing has
2026. When we believe that, bro.
Nothing has suggested that he can't be a part of a great defense.
Oh, yes.
Sure.
And
but things suggest he can be a part of a terrible defense. He'd be the reason.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that what lost them the finals was more so offense and defense. Yeah. Offense, they hit 17% of their open threes. Like it doesn't matter how
he
great
also
you are
shot under 30% from three.
The needle mover was choking.
He didn't play well, but also he didn't shoot well from three, I should say. But they left PJ Washington wide open. They left Derrick Jones Jr. wide open. Kyrie Irving had a very poor series as well. Like they just couldn't get anything going. Josh
it was
Green,
a bad matchup for them.
I mean, they got the looks they wanted. They just didn't make them. I think it's just as simple as that. But
I'm just saying defenders to throw at Luka, defenders to throw at Kyrie. And that's how 90% of series are going to go in basketball. We're going to try to shut down your top two players. And if the role players hit threes, you'll probably win.
I was going to say, and in the first 3 games, Jaylen Brown was unguardable. You could not stop him, no matter who it was.
Luka is talked about as somebody that can't be a contributor to a high-level defense. And that's already been proven false 2 times in playoff runs he's made.
He's also losing a step, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's less athletic than he was. I feel like every year it's getting worse.
Yeah, it does look worse.
Like his drives go down every year. You know what I mean?
His athleticism is just...
But his drives are going down, and what's being replaced is 3-point volume.
Yes.
That's because he can't get there consistently.
That's also the shot that he just likes taking, though.
He does like taking it. He's right.
It.
He's right.
I think it's 2 things can be true.
He settles for that step back 3 a ton.
But I think it's because also he can't consistently get to the rim.
The issue is that he used to make it, and he knows that is a competitive advantage when it's falling.
Yeah, I mean, what was his attempts? What was it, 2020?
He's still double digits.
This year it's 10.
He's still at double-digit threes.
It's the highest of his career.
Yeah, so let's see.
But the last couple of years has been at 9.
Oh, so dude, it's the same.
Marginal.
Yeah, he's been jacking up threes.
So the threes are there, but the drives are dropping. Like he took 11 in 2024.
I know.
Yeah, I can't say it's because he likes it a lot.
Well, no, 11 what?
Threes.
That's a lot.
No, I agree. I'm saying I can't say he likes to take that shot a lot. That's why he's not going to. No, I just think he consistently can't do it.
Okay, what I'm saying is there's a bit of a disconnect. He does love that shot. He
does.
He objectively loves that shot.
I'm with you.
In 2024, he was unbelievable shooting it. Like apparently now unsustainable shooting it. And now he's continued to do it in the 2 years prior. He just has not found the 2024 success at it. And he is chasing the 2024 success, which is why I still to this day will say the MVP of 2024 was Luka Doncic. He was the most unstoppable version of himself because of that 3-point shot. This season, he is shooting it more, basically the same, and he's not making it as much. And it's worse now. It looks worse now in terms of driving the basketball because the shot that he was once making at a very efficient clip, he is no longer doing that.
I think that
trying to look for it right now.
He just would rather spend less energy taking a 3-point shot,
especially because the ball's going to be in his hands.
Because he's efficient when he's at the rim. He's just not driving to the basket
efficient
as often. But, why am I going to do more to get 2 points when I could do this and get 3 potentially?
If he's less efficient at it.
Can we also say that Reeves being out for a significant amount of time, also, I don't blame him for taking that approach. Austin Reeves takes a ton of the weight off of his shoulders in terms of doing the dirty work, getting downhill. It's like now that Luka Doncic has Reeves back, LeBron's now starting to get more and more healthy as the games go on.
I don't know. I think
it should be a little bit easier for the offense to flow.
The efficiency discrepancy between 3s and 2s is so massive that Luka can make 35% of his 3s, and that is still like one of the most efficient 2-point shots. Because 50% from 2 is 33% from 3. So if you just shoot 35, 36% from 3, it's like you're shooting a very efficient clip from mid-range or at the basket.
So he took 273 step back mid range jumpers last year, 224 step back threes last year. Both were 35%. So I think that's inefficient.
And what's this year?
I'm about to tell you. I think that's inefficient for mid range.
Yeah, no, it is. 35% is not good.
I can't. I'm sick. This shit is so far down. All right, so step back this year. He's already at 247. He's already at 214. 35% again. So the percentage is still there.
The issues LeBron, Luka last year when he came to the Lakers was knocking threes down.
Let's check 2023.
He shot 38% with us on 9 attempts.
I just don't know what energy he's saving.
All right,
for.
20. See, like this is the thing. Like
Because the fourth quarter, y'all accuse him of being gassed.
2023, 2 years ago, 2023, 2024. I knew I wasn't bugging. He's been taking these. There we go. He took 531 step back jumpers
When?
from the mid range 2 years ago.
That was
Okay.
his best, though.
Yeah, and 421 step back threes. Now he made 43 and 40%. But like this has been happening where he's less and less at the rim and just more step back.
It's because you hear the number. That year, he was a
It was,
demon.
but this was probably an anomaly.
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying with
Let's check the year before.
You and I are saying the same thing.
I don't think it's an anomaly for Luka. I think he get
let's check
back
the year
to that
before.
number.
Let's check
Because when he
2022,
did go to the Lakers, he was wildly efficient shooting the basketball.
See, the year before that one, 37%, 36%, 27 attempts, 283 attempts.
2024 is his best year.
Yeah, that was an anomaly. Like he's never gotten
2024
close.
was peak Luka.
Like the step back mid range for him by the numbers inefficient. Like oh no wait here we go. Year before that one, so 22.
Outside of his
21,
first
22.
2 years, he's been an efficient jump shooter.
Yeah, 2021, 2022, he was 39% from step back from the 2, and then 39% from the 3. So it's up and down.
This year, he's not been that efficient of a jump shooter.
Listen, whether it's with the Lakers or with another team, I just want to see Luka Doncic in a good situation again. I feel like he was robbed of the best
I
situation
hope it's
he's
with
had
the
in his
Lakers.
career. And I feel like it's unfortunate.
I mean, they're going to have we talked about it earlier, they're going to have basically a clean sheet. You're going to have to re-sign Reeves. LeBron's going to walk, but Pelinka and this front office is going to have everything in terms of money. They'll have multiple first-round picks to trade to reshape this roster because I agree. I still think if you put a perfect roster around Luka, he's able to carry you offensively. I still think, was he 27 years old now?
Got a lot of mileage.
I don't think there's much he's shown that you're going to be like, he's
27,
going to
a lot of
age
mileage. Come on,
gracefully.
guys.
Like,
Playing since he was like 13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but come on.
Why
It's
can't
27.
he age gracefully? He's
That's what I'm saying. He's
having a
27.
down.
Whoa.
I know that's what I said.
He's got mileage.
He's having a
27.
You go try to play baseball, grown men since you were 13 up in 27.
he's
27 years old.
having a down jump shooting
Come on.
season.
He was an MVP at
By
16.
his metrics.
All these basketball players have been playing the game at that
They
level.
have not been playing grown men since 15.
Majority have.
And let's
Like
keep
who?
it a stack. I'm not trying to get to the off the court shit. In terms of NBA athletes, how does Luka keep in shape compared to the rest?
We don't know.
I mean, what do you mean by that?
I
He
know what you're
plays
saying.
what?
What do
almost-
I mean? What do I mean?
He
What do you
plays
think
almost
I mean?
40 minutes a game.
Is this another like Luka's not in shape thing?
Well, I do not think, and maybe I'll be right, maybe
Because
I'll be wrong.
what? He doesn't
Well,
jump high.
biology is different. Like Luka Doncic probably can't get as ripped as like Jaylen Brown.
No, I'm not even saying that. I don't think when Luka Doncic is 32 years old, he's still going to be a top 5 level like how Kevin Durant was when he was 32.
So let me ask you
His
something.
game is more it is more strength related than anything. Luka
It is
Doncic
now.
He's been like that since
Well,
2024.
yes, but it used to be a lot of
So
athleticism
let
early
me
in his
ask you
career.
something. Let me ask you.
Kind of,
What's
like-
the difference between what we're seeing from Luka now and a Luka 5 years from now? Like play style wise.
Nothing. Zero.
Play style would probably
It'd
be similar.
The same.
It's the same thing.
I get
probably
hurt a little bit
similar.
more.
Like
That's fine, maybe, because
might get hurt a little bit
naturally,
more.
just your body
he's
breaks
not
down.
relying on his athleticism in the first place, and
He's
he's averaging
not.
34.
Maybe won't be able to create a ton of space.
I mean, but
at
we see
31.
his drives are like consistently going down. Like at some point it can't be 0, but like
shit.
also at some point you become easier to guard if you
Can I ask you a
cannot
question?
drive
What
to the
about
rim.
Most is Chris Paul like the fastest, most?
No.
But he turned into like a 14 point per game scorer.
Why can't that just be Luka Doncic?
He's also still was way
Well, that's a
faster
major
than
regression
Luka.
if it's
That'd be a
Luka.
huge regression.
No,
yeah.
14 points, obviously.
And Chris
but,
Paul was
like,
still way faster.
We saw Chris Paul's
Quicker,
first
yeah.
year with OKC playoff team, the Suns.
We talk
first
about Chris
seed,
Paul at
second seed.
37 years old.
I was
But
gonna say,
I'm
I'm talking
saying
about
a
32.
guy who did not have his game mainly based off athleticism.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying 37.
I'm just saying overall, like Luka Doncic is one of those players that he's really not predicated on athleticism to
He
be a
isn't.
high level player.
He isn't.
So I don't know why aging would make his game worse.
Is Jokic a player that has his game based off athleticism?
Of course not. I don't think Luka's the player Jokic is.
Well,
Because he's
Joker's
5
30
years
now.
taller.
Yeah, he's still the top player in the world.
So what's the difference between Jokic and Luka?
Jokic is better.
He
at
just
basically
He just
everything.
plays more near the basket, correct?
He's better at everything.
big man.
But he just
taller.
he's more near the basket. He's not a better shooter than Luka is.
I mean,
He
efficiency-wise,
probably
he
is.
is.
Though. From
He's not
mid-range,
taking as
probably
many,
is.
He's probably
obviously.
a
He's not
better
taking as many
mover
shots.
than Luka, too low key.
In what regard?
Like on offense, up and down, back
Yeah,
and forth.
he hustles more.
At the top
Yeah.
of the key, down low. Maybe.
No, he does.
Unless
I mean,
you're
Luka
counting-
Jokic will get out there and run.
Unless you're counting
gonna
on
lie.
Luka's jump shot,
Bro.
unless you're counting on Luka's jump shot to regress, he's not going to be.
Well, his jump shot has
100%.
regressed. I think.
Marginally, but yes.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't see anything in Luka's game that'd be like, oh yeah, 4 years from now he's gonna be better or just as good.
Just as good, I can firmly see this.
So in 5 years, when Luka's 31 years old, he
30,
can't still
yeah,
be
literally.
a top 5 player in the world.
I don't think he'll be top 5.
I mean, I think that there's nothing about Luka's game that can age poorly.
It's not. I will say it's not insane. It's not the craziest thing I've
Like,
ever heard to say that
Based
he
on
can't be top 5.
What Riv just read all these numbers. This is the most down his jump shot has been over the last 5-6 seasons. The anomaly was like 43% from 3 on
He
step
was
backs
so
year,
good, bro.
but every other year it's been like around 38%. So if anything, this current jump shooting season we're seeing is the anomaly in the opposite direction.
And
Like-
it also makes sense because the Lakers have their worst spacing they've had in years, since maybe the Russell Westbrook years. We have no spacing. LeBron can't make a 3 this season. This is the worst LeBron shot since he was in Cleveland.
Mhm.
It's a lot that, yes, again,
Luka did all he could.
the jokes are only to a certain extent. When you talk about Luka, you should strictly talk about defense. Nothing in regard to offense.
Yeah,
Nothing.
well, he's not leading a great offense this year.
It's not his fault.
No, but we've seen Luka. I mean, Cade is leading a better offense right now.
He's got better players, more athleticism, faster in transition. We're not a get out and transition team.
Better players are strong.
better players are definitely a little
On
strong.
offense.
Oh,
Defense,
Boston.
yeah.
What do
Defense,
you
yeah.
mean?
We don't have 3 good offensive.
I mean, when Steph was healthy and he was on the court, he's leading a better offense too.
Steph.
Again, we're not a fast, athletic team.
That would work. Well, would it work? I don't know.
Why? That's not the only way you could be an efficient offense.
I mean,
the Celtics are the slowest team in basketball, and they're a top 5 offense. Pace-wise, they're 30th.
Damn. Prize ass Dells.
I'm just saying, you don't have. There's obviously not one way
There's
to go
ways to
about
do it. There's ways to do
He
it.
also shoot a lot of threes. Though. I mean, I think the looks that Jalen Brown's getting defensively versus Luka are just 2 totally different ones.
Yeah, I mean, he's just playmaking wise. Obviously, I
You
think
guys
offensive load
have
test less.
who, yes, White is shooting the worst that he shot in his career with the Celtics. Peyton Pritchard.
Mhm.
You guys have Jalen Brown, who obviously has been playing well.
And Sam. Beyond that, though, no one else gets respected. Walsh gets left open. Hugo gets left open. Baylor gets left open.
What are they shooting?
None of them are shooting great. I could check.
I mean, our offense has been that great last week or so.
Yeah, it's struggled recently, but we're number 2 on the season.
I think there are moments where it's fair to criticize
They
Luka.
also have a better coach. I'll say that.
And I think the other night where he passed the open shot, this is a moment to criticize him. But like this season being made into like a Luka thing for the Lakers when they're just a bad team, I think is a bit odd. Because had he had the team that these other players, top players have around them, we're talking about Luka the same way we talked about Wemby last segment where we're talking about the Lakers maybe competing for a championship. So I think that Luka's still that good of a player to do it. He just needs to be in a situation. And who knows if the Lakers are going to grant him that and build that situation around him. But I don't think that's a knock on Luka or an indictment on him. I think that Luka, it's unfortunate that, he waited most of his career to finally be on a good team. He got it, and then he was traded from it. So I don't think that, that could really be put on him at all.
Walsh is the only one over 32% in terms of guys that are like really getting minutes.
Tape shit.
No, listen, y'all know how I feel about Luka. We'll see if time
And
proves me right or proves me wrong.
we're not top 10. We're not top 10 in
You're
offensive
11.
rating. We're 11.
Hey, top 10
I love
matters.
cutoffs, man.
And
That
it's 116, 116.3, 116.9.
That matters.
Even still, the fact that the Pistons are over you, it's impressive.
Don't know how we're.
I know it's transition and it's athleticism and everything too, but it's like,
It's really
The
just a
best
bunch of
argument you
athletes.
made was the Celtics being the slowest team in the game and having the number 2 efficiency in
yeah,
basketball.
well, they don't turn the ball over. That's where they
That
really
also
succeed.
matters.
I was going to say, we have LeBron James. We have Luka Doncic, who are 2 turnover guys. That's just who they've been their whole career.
The highest turnovers for Luka in his career.
I look at turnover percentage.
I don't know what that is off the top of my head.
Me either.
He's always high usage.
Maybe.
I honestly don't know how your offense is as high as it is.
They shoot a lot of threes.
Shoot a lot of threes, yeah. Because Jalen hasn't even been super efficient. At least from 3, he hasn't been.
Is he
Their
like
bench
35?
also just like clobbers other teams' benches.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because we get into our bench unit.
I mean, there's a reason why like the Celtics analytically are better without Jalen Brown. It's because their bench units dominate.
We have a lot of wings that could defend their ass off, just cause havoc. We've been the best rebounding team in 2026. I want to say.
on bad teams.
Yeah, could also smoke some bad teams. Smoke the
That shit
sunset.
not. If you beat a bad team by 40,
It definitely ups your rating. Yeah.
Beat them like twice like that, 2 weeks in a row. Matters. Man.
Like, again, I understand the Lakers have not been good starting a new year. And when we play bad teams, we usually handle them.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to shit on the Magic. We should beat the Magic. We should not lose to the Magic at home.
Should.
They had a lot of people out. Suggs.
I know.
That's when they was
Franz.
talking crazy.
Yeah, I mean Desmond Bain.
He's been good.
What a dagger.
Yeah, he's
What a
been good
dagger.
for them.
I got none. Nobody should have anything negative to say about Desmond.
Just get him a better coach.
He's arguably been their best player.
Yeah, well, JJ Redick got to figure this out, man. This is his
I'm not
job.
going to lie. He does need to figure this out.
He can't. If the roster sucks, what can he do?
I mean, and on the bright side though, he'll come back to podcasting. How soon do you think he'll come back? If like, let's say
He's taking a year off.
Let's say tomorrow he's canned, he's fired. How long do you think it is until he comes back to podcasting?
The offseason.
I think he takes a year off.
I need him, bro.
Coming
He's
back would
good.
be hilarious. Like
He's a
right
great
after.
podcaster.
I'm going to be honest. I don't. I need him as my coach.
He's peak as a podcaster. He might be a good NBA coach. He is a legendary podcast host.
He's good. I like him.
Yeah, he is like he controlled the game when he was doing his thing.
I like LeBron and Steve Nash.
Like, would you
the
rather
combo.
be like LeBron of your craft, or would you rather be like an Eddie House?
Say that again?
What?
An Eddie House.
No, what was the first part?
LeBron.
A LeBron of your craft or an Eddie House?
I mean,
Easily.
is
Would
he
I rather
Eddie
be
House?
Awesome or Eddie? Like, shout out to Eddie House,
Ass,
but like
like,
a
yeah.
role player.
Is he Eddie House?
No, I think JJ Redick's better.
I was
He's
gonna
a
say,
solid coach.
He's just the
Nah,
third
that's just
seed.
Oh my God, you called him Eddie House as a coach.
He's like what? He's like a Danilo Gallinari level head coach.
In year 1, he was the third seed.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
What's Lakers fan sentiment
but he's
on JJ?
a GOAT podcaster.
There's not much that I've been hearing about him, honestly.
I haven't seen anything bad.
Yeah, me either.
They blame Luka more than anything.
I know. I think
love it
Laker
here, man.
fans blame the roster, which is what they should be doing.
Do they blame
I also
Pelinka?
think Lakers fans. I mean, I don't. You can only blame Pelinka so much for this. You know, like he was.
He brought y'all
He
Luka.
did what he could.
Gotta
Genuinely.
give Luka.
He
If I
did.
give you $100, you're gonna say I earned $100. You know what I mean? Like that's
So
kind of
you're
how it
stupid
felt.
enough to give me $100.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the team's problems is the roster. A lot of the fans' problem is the roster. I also think that they're putting it on Bron to a certain extent too, because he handcuffed them financially as much as he did, and he has not played as much this season and hasn't shot the ball well. So I do think a lot of fans are angry at Bron. I don't know. I'll never be the guy who's upset at
You'll never
LeBron
be
first
mad at
off.
Bron.
No,
Not even for
why would
2011.
you? He's the GOAT.
All right, enough Lakers talk.
He's
man.
doing his thing.
Enough Lakers talk.
He might go back to the Cavaliers, but I mean, based on how they're playing,
Oh my
They-
God, we've been
they
talking
might
about the
not
Lakers
need
for like
him.
40
A minute,
minutes,
yeah.
yo.
no, the Cavaliers, their expectations were tempered significantly because the Harden thumb fracture happened. But the Cavaliers just came off a big win against the Knicks.
Mhm.
James Harden played excellent defense on Jalen
Lost to
Brunson.
the
Tough loss against the Thunder.
Yeah, SGA. Okay, see, that's your team, man. Tough loss.
Yeah, yeah. And but James Harden has been incredible for them. And it was like one of the few times we saw them fully healthy. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, their bench was
They
healthy.
gave Bell.
Only person they're really missing is Max Strus at that point.
Yo, bro, he's been out forever.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
if
hasn't played
I don't know
this
when he's
year.
going to play.
I think they will get him back this year, though, if I'm not
I don't
mistaken.
even know his injury.
But now James Harden is sidelined with a thumb fracture. How concerned are you about the Cavaliers with this new injury?
It sucks brutally because they were playing really strong basketball, and I think that we started to see levels of their offense get unleashed now that they had a guy who obviously the level of playmaker that we know James Harden is. We saw Jared Allen start to get involved significantly in the offense. Donovan Mitchell was just continuing his tour of being one of the better players in the game. But they were beating up on the teams that they should, but then they were showing that they were a team that can hang with the better teams. It's just now why I have the issue is he's going to play through this apparently. And I think that is just going to be another like, oh, well, he played through the grade 2 hamstring. It's a grade 2 hamstring. And, he played bad, but he tried and he gutted it out. And I
grade
think
2 is different.
It's an unbroken hand. Like, I think both are bad.
He has a broken thumb.
I think both. And
right hand, left hand?
Thumb is what makes you human.
But it's a broken right thumb versus a grade 2 calf strain.
Yeah.
He's a lefty.
A broken thumb, a thumb is literally what separates us from every other species.
Sure.
So like it is a brutal injury.
Messes up everything.
I do hope that he is able to get healthy and stay and get back to the level that he was at.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, an injured thumb ruins your life.
No, that stings. Yeah, so you can jam it in basketball. You can
do
jam it every
so
game.
much more with the fucked up thumb than you can.
The hamstring, definitely,
for sure.
Definitely.
I mean,
shooting can be impacted both ways.
He can probably do the same thing with both.
Honestly, I don't know for right now. Because if Harden comes back, I don't know how long he's gonna be out. A couple days, a week, whatever it might be, and like he still looks fine. He's efficient. I'm like, okay, this should be fine. If he comes back and he's struggling and the efficiency drops down. Because I would expect the efficiency to drop down. Like even if it's your right thumb, like it's still like,
you're going to use your right hand.
I do think watching Harden, I feel like he hasn't been pressing the issue. He's been picking the spots in terms of the scoring department.
Mm-hmm.
Just picking when he can getting Allen involved, which I feel like Allen was already getting involved prior to getting.
He
Harden.
was.
He's more involved
he
now.
just had I think he just had 30.
Another one, yes, true.
So he's already got that mindset from Kenny to just step up his game. But I feel like Harden's been picking and choosing when to get into that mode of scoring, when he feeling when he needs to get it going. So he's not pressing the issue, and I think that's the important part. And he doesn't have to. Donovan Mitchell's been all world this year.
He has.
So you got a guy who, go score. I'm gonna be the playmaker, and Donovan Mitchell's been doing that at a high level this year. So I think you just need it right for the playoffs, man. All this regular season shit doesn't matter for Cleveland. You need him to get right, be okay for the playoffs, and getting Max Strus back eventually should help. But then when is he gonna come back? Because he needs to get his legs under him. He needs to get that jumper in right. So when is he gonna come back? But I don't think. Listen, I've seen dudes play with broken hands. I've seen dudes play with broken fingers. Legendary shit. So, Harden, get in your fucking bag and do your thing.
I don't think this is a season-altering injury for James Harden.
Don't use it in the playoffs if he stinks it up.
I don't think that
He broke his thumb.
By the time the playoffs
with
comes
a
around,
broken thumb.
I mean, he's tough as nails. What you can say? He's James Harden. He thugs it out through everything.
He's
from LA. He's from the hood, so he knows how it goes.
Jesus Christ.
But James Harden, I don't think this injury is going to affect him that much because it's a broken finger. Jared Allen basically confirmed it. He said that I looked at his thumb and it looked like my finger when I broke it. I don't think from now, where we're at almost end of February, to the playoffs starting, which is like late April, it cannot heal in that time. Like, I think it should be more than fine. It should heal in that amount of time.
I think we're really underselling
Nurse Andrew,
the value of a thumb.
Well, it's a 8 to 12 week injury, if depending on how severe it is. A broken thumb.
I mean, 2 to 3 months.
Let me break your thumb right now.
May.
It would ruin everything about your day. Every single day.
It would hurt. But could I still use chopsticks? Yeah, I can.
That's different from playing in an NBA game and like defending and shooting.
I don't know.
I could wipe my butt without my thumb.
Honestly, I don't think so.
Yes, I can.
Not great, probably.
Yo, bro,
but I can do it.
Shout out to my boy Femi. Femi broke both of his thumbs.
Oh.
Both of his thumbs.
Bro, I know he was pissed.
He had to have his mom wipe his ass.
Oof.
Nah, my brother got to do that.
Did he have like a big cast on or some shit?
He just had
just
both.
His thumbs
wrapped
up?
The mom wiping the booty? He shitted a lot?
God, probably once a day.
You gotta ask him, bro. All right, ask him
how long did he have? How long did he have cast on both his thumbs for?
A few months.
So she wiped his ass for a few months.
I think so.
At least for the first month or two.
At least.
Yeah. Wow. Now I'm gonna just have to eat that.
Broken thumb is fucked up. Like I just want
some like.
This is actually a valid time to be like, yo, Harden. It is what it is, bro.
It's built in.
You
Well,
try.
he's sitting out right now. He's not playing.
But it seems day to day. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but
seem like it's going to
I
be.
don't think that they're going to rush him back.
They
I
shouldn't.
think that they're going to get him ready for the playoffs, and I feel like that's the.
And it is
like,
the right. He's
like,
a lefty.
I
That
think
matters.
right now, like from where we are right now to where the playoffs will eventually start.
The less than 2 months.
I don't think
Middle
that
April.
the thumb should be bothering him at that point.
And they don't
I
have to
think
play
he
the
should
play.
be good.
So that's good. They don't have to play the play until they get
I
a
think
couple
that he
days.
should be healed by that time. If this was an injury that happened the first game of the playoffs,
Yeah.
then
No,
it's like, okay, it's going to affect him for the rest of the postseason.
Yes.
But the fact that this happened right after the All-Star break, it sucks because now he's not going to have that much needed time to get chemistry with all his teammates, with everybody healthy. It feels like the Cavaliers were humming at the perfect time. They were 6-1 with Harden, and then he now goes down, and it's like, okay, everybody's coming back. Now we lose Harden. So that's what's discouraging
Sounds like
about
the
it all.
Cavs.
It is the Cavaliers.
sound like
It
the
is on
Cavs.
brand with how they've been dealing with injuries
Unfortunately.
over the last couple
Great
of seasons.
organization.
But by the time the playoffs roll around, I feel like Harden should be close to 100%, which is why I think that it's not that concerning. But if you're looking at the regular season playoff race and you see that they're only 2 games behind the second seed, that matters in the seeding and getting home court advantage. And last night, them playing the Bucks and Mitchell didn't play, Mobley didn't play,
It's a
Harden didn't
good-ass
play.
game,
They
actually.
almost tied it at the end.
Yeah.
It was just
Jared
Jared Allen
didn't
playing.
count.
Yeah, it was just after the buzzer.
Those games like that, winning those matter in the seeding race. But ultimately, I think James Harden should be
Well,
fine.
I think they've shown that he didn't need a lot of time to get chemistry. Like you said, they were 6-1. He fit in pretty seamlessly. Donovan was playing great. Jared Allen was playing the best basketball so far of this season. So obviously, when you go in, you come back out, and now he's gonna be out for a week and probably
Mobley
come back
just
in.
got back.
Yeah, so you're gonna need some, but I'm assuming like even if he's out for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, he'll still have at least probably like a month or so to ramp up, and that should be enough for him to get some feet under him.
yeah,
Hope
give
they
him
get
a
that
month,
third
man.
seed for sure.
Give him a month.
You want to see that? Well, that'd be the 4th seed, I guess.
I hope he
Round
comes
2.
back and plays well.
Who do you want to see?
I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, I am too.
Detroit. Who do you want to see in the second round? Boston, Cavs, Celtics. With Tatum, without Tatum, doesn't matter.
I want everything.
Okay.
Whatever you
That's
can
fucking
give
belt
us.
for y'all.
Yeah, I want everything.
What did you think about Jonathan Kuminga's debut?
Shit, that shit was kind of
Ooh.
fire.
He was
yeah, that shit was kind of fire. He looked happy.
He looked ecstatic.
I haven't seen him smile in months.
Atlanta, man.
Yeah,
Makes you think.
Yeah, it really does. He
On
fits.
Magic City.
He fits right in. You know what I'm saying? He's at home.
Wow.
He's at home. Atlanta's a predominantly black
Where's Kuminga from?
community.
Do you know?
He's from Africa.
Like, where'd he grow up? Where'd he grow up?
What, the last
His
name
hometown.
like Kuminga?
No, I know he's from Africa.
He might be from Congo.
Now that's something.
He is from the Congo.
Oh, all right.
Hey.
Yeah, that's something.
Well done.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he grew up there. My apologies.
No, he's from there. Like he really. You ever heard him speak?
Well done.
He went to St. Patrick's though.
in high school.
He
Yeah.
came over here. Yeah.
Yeah, he grew up in West Virginia,
still got
New
the little
York, and
accent.
Jersey.
Yeah, he does have the accent.
Yeah. No, he's born and raised African. Like
Do you think the Warriors are going to regret trading him?
you should have seen Warriors Twitter when he had his debut, man. They were having an uproar. Fire Kerr. Fire Joe Lacob. No, I don't think so because it was never gonna fit. It was never gonna work. Like Steve Kerr was never gonna utilize him the way he wanted to utilize him or the way Kuminga wanted to
And
utilize
is that a
him.
mistake on Kerr's part?
Probably Kerr's never been the best at developing young players, but I don't. You know what it is with Kerr? It's weird because at one way you can probably fault him for that. That'll probably keep him away from those all-time conversations with like Spo and Pop and Phil Jackson. But in another thought, he walked in and they had a great team already. Like
He did, yeah.
He walked in. You had I'm walking in the building. Steph's over there. He's about to break out. Clay's over there. He's about to break out. Draymond, I'm about to start him. So he's a guy who he uplifted Draymond. He gets that credit. He made Steph what he is. He gets that credit. Clay, he gets that credit. Turn Iguodala into what he was off the bench and as that Hampton 5. He gets that credit. Always having those guys that were late first round picks, second round picks, or the guys, the bench mob, Shaw Livingston, Festus Ezeli, Kevon Looney. He gets all that type of credit. Jordan Poole. But when you talk about them lottery picks, man, James Wiseman, Moody for a little bit. Although I do think Moody is a good quality player at times. Jonathan Kuminga, I think those are the misses. And kind of botching kind of the last 3-4 years of a different Steph where you saw him be elite at this old age. Him and Lacob kind of botching that. But I think he's never one to be this guy where if you're a young player, like it's hard to come in and be like, I need this young player to kind of be great, but I also have Steph Curry. You know, it's super tough. I don't think he was the guy for that. So it's going to knock him a peg, but Steve Kerr's an all-time great coach, you know?
I mean, I think it just depends on what he's in Atlanta. He's either a player that's going to average a lot of points and it's not going to lead to any type of
He's already
impact
better than
or winning.
Rishi.
Yeah, I mean, he literally, you can literally say that. Rishi J is awful. He is the worst first overall pick since Anthony Bennett.
He's so bad.
Yeah, there are very few busts as bad as Rishi J that went number 1 overall. But yeah, I think that Jonathan Kuminga, he had an excellent debut. Like, it left you wondering, maybe it's the Warriors that it's holding him back. Maybe that was the situation because he could thrive in Atlanta, and I could totally see it, and we'll see what comes of it. But I think Atlanta right now, I don't necessarily like what they did at the deadline. It feels like they traded away what could have made them a legitimate playoff team. But at the same time,
With
Trae Young,
you're saying?
yeah, and Trae. It's like Trae Young probably wasn't going to play this year.
Yeah.
He's basically shut down. Porzingis, you never know if he's going to play. And Kuminga, you took a flyer on somebody that was young, that was talented, and his debut, albeit against the Wizards, he played really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Kuminga is solid. And I feel like with the Warriors, what has them in this position right now, and it's crazy that they won a championship in 2022 despite missing on all the draft picks, but it is that evaluation process of like, who are going to be the next faces after our big three is done. And they totally botched that entire process.
Well, Steve Kerr wanted Kuminga going a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. The Lakers was like, nah, this guy, whole world.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
But it's like, dude, if the
him.
coach doesn't think he's good, like, he's not going to play him. The coach at the end of the day has.
Just
all the
because he
power.
wasn't setting his screens for Steph Curry.
Probably, or he wasn't passing the ball to some show.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough position for Kuminga to be in. You know, you have
Listen,
expectations.
Jimmy loved him. Dre wanted him to stay.
You don't get
because
consistent
the
opportunity.
Minnesota series showed that he can really score.
Yeah. I'm not mad at. I think the only thing I was not even upset about was just like question was just Porzingis was expiring. Kuminga has 2 years, I think, right on his deal, so it's just money you could have got off. But I don't know. I think Atlanta's also in the period of their franchise where it's like, let's just get talent. You know, like this was a team we were definitely excited for coming into the season. But once you trade away Trae Young, I think things change, and of course the injuries and everything that's been going on. But if you're able, like Porzingis is like the biggest like. Cross your fingers, hope he plays guy in the NBA at this point, right? He made his debut against Boston, but then he was out the next game because he was sick again. So, like, obviously, I hope he gets well, but he's just not someone you could really rely on. It was some weird fucking disease. They talked about in the offseason. I don't remember what it was. But, I mean, yeah, like, we saw what happened last year in the playoffs, and we see what's happened throughout this season so far. Like, Porzingis has always had injury history, but the sickness has been a whole nother issue that he's had to deal with. So get Kuminga. He showed last night he could still score at a high level, or can score at a high level, regardless of it might be Washington or not. But I think you have to be really excited for both the player and the team because all you could ask for is an opportunity, and that's what he's getting right now.
Have the Knicks as of recently made you any lower on them?
I still feel the same way about the Knicks as I felt the start of the season.
Yeah, I'm not overly off them.
I was a bit surprised to put this top again.
You don't think there's anything wrong with the Knicks?
Well, they need a secondary creator, but they've needed that.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
I just think I think Cat needs just need to play better.
That I agree with, but when you're a center and you can't handle the ball, if your name is not Jokic or Embiid, because there's not many centers, or Wemby, of course, there's not many centers that handle the ball like that. Mm-hmm. Anyways, you need a secondary creator. You traded 5 first-round picks for a guy who's not a secondary creator. That is the problem. The problem is the offense relies so heavily. Take Brunson out. That's the obvious. You need Karl Anthony Towns to be that 24 or 25 point per game player that he was last year for you efficiently. And he's not been that player, unfortunately. And then on top of it, your $40 million guy, OG Anunoby, who is really good at basketball. No notes on him. It's unfortunate that his offensive game is not more far along than maybe what you'd hope a $40 million play. But his defense is so amazing. I will always put the blame on Mikal Bridges. I have no choice. And it's not his fault. But it's not his fault. It's Leon Rose for giving 5 first-round picks away for him. Because he's a good player. It's just he gets brought down because of the tag that was put onto him when Leon decided to trade 5 first-round picks for brotherhood.
That's a good way to put it. I mean, the Knicks are coming off 2, pretty tough losses. The Detroit loss we talked about last week. and this Cavs loss where
There's two teams at the top of the East.
exactly, yeah. So I actually get why we are talking about them.
Because
But
every time they play comp, they fold.
they do, and I guess I think I'm in the same boat as what you guys are saying. Is that nothing's changed recently because my expectations are still the same. Like just because they lost to the Cavs and Detroit, both blowout fashion, given it shouldn't be that bad. All of a sudden, I'm not like, oh, they're a first round exit. You know, like the Orlando or Toronto, who maybe they give them a good fight, can beat them all of a sudden. I still feel like they've
Toronto's spooky.
they are, and that's why I
don't
want to give
wanna
them a little
see
bit of credit
Toronto,
because
bro.
I don't want to disrespect them, but
But
I would
defense
say
translates.
Yeah, but
Defense
boy.
defensively
translates.
for sure. It's just offensively.
Yo,
Who
good
do
on
you
you.
really trust? Who do you really
Good on
trust
you,
for
bro.
Toronto?
You've been noticing.
But I think the Knicks have
Fair.
shown really all season long, and even going to this season, it's just it does feel like there's a ceiling on this team, right? Like when you have the roster that they have. When you have Cat and Brunson, we've talked about that at length. I don't have to go into it anymore. But I do think it's some of the role players that have been more inconsistent, like Mikal, like an OG. Just sometimes you're going to have off nights. But being a third or fourth option offensively, it's really hard for me to hold those guys to a standard where like, oh, I'm expecting you to drop 18 every night and shoot 40% from three. I mean, it's just going to be tough for a role player to do that every single night.
5 first.
I get it. He
It was
wasn't
an
worth
unfair.
five
It was,
first.
it was,
It's
it was
just not
an
his
unfair
value.
placement. The nigga was mid.
5.
It was
They
unfair.
traded for
Yo,
him
honestly,
like
the Knicks
he was
fucked him.
Donovan Mitchell.
The Knicks
Yeah.
fucked him.
That's what I'm
The Knicks
saying.
fucked
It's
him.
not his fault.
It's dead not his fault. Because the Nets got a good deal.
Elite deal.
And the Knicks were like, we like this deal. Mikal like, well, I ain't even worth all that. Y'all doing this shit. I'm coming to do what I do.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at Mikal as Mikal the player, not the
For sure,
first
yeah,
round
it's
picks.
unfortunate.
I mean, he
It's
might be
unfair.
worth it. I mean, the first are 5 late firsts.
That is true.
Yeah, you're right.
If you look at the, like, I think when it's all
Knicks
said and
fans will only
done,
forget that.
what the fuck?
when it's
They will
all
only
said
forget
and
that.
done,
But you
when
could have
it's-
used that for Giannis.
It's
I know,
opportunity cost.
but
yeah.
that's the difference. The difference is that those 5 firsts could have went to a different player, and I understand that. But
Okay.
I feel like when it's all said and done, and we look at the trade, Mikal Bridges and whatever these first
we
round
saw the
picks
picks
end up
they've used
becoming
so far.
misses.
Igor Dioman.
Well, that was
that
not one of the
Knicks
Knicks.
I know,
ones.
but still.
The-
it's-
I think
it's a
the next
pick.
one they used was it might have been Danny Wolf.
He's mid. Michigan legend, though.
So like if it's Mikal Bridges and like 5 Danny Wolves, like I think
But it's
The
the
Knicks are
opportunity
fine.
cost more than the players.
exactly it's about now you miss your shots to go out and get another star, and I understand that. I think the Knicks have handled adversity for 2 years now. Last year they couldn't beat any top team, and then they went into the playoffs and they played really well, and they made the conference finals. So I don't think like it's out of the realm that they can like flip a switch in the playoffs and then they're here.
And then you fired your coach.
But Mike Brown is not the upgrade over Tibbs that the front office hoped that he would be. I think that it was time to move on from Tom Thibodeau. Even after going to the conference
It was
finals,
the first time in 25 years.
I thought that Tom Thibodeau was actively holding back the ceiling of the team because of how stagnant the offense was. But here's another thing where you can recognize Tom Thibodeau, he's a great basketball mind. He doesn't do things by accident. The way that he deplored the Knicks to play offensively is the way that they are their best offensively. When Jalen Brunson is ISOing and creating those mismatches as one of the best isolation players in basketball,
Easily.
that is the way to maximize their offense, even if it's at the cost of other players getting involved. With Mike Brown, he's tried to implement a new offense, and it quite frankly hasn't like worked for anybody. It hasn't. Like Jalen Brunson started the year in the months of October, November, December, he's averaging 30 points per game. Last 2 months, January, February, he's averaging 23 a night. Like his play has dropped off substantially against these top level teams. You know, he'll have his 30 against these teams like occasionally, but it won't feel like he impacted the game much. And then there's other moments like against the Cavaliers where he just was completely terrible. OG Anunoby, man, like
His bad nights are
his
Wow.
bad
Wow.
nights are 4 points.
Yeah.
Those are his bad nights. And it really hinders the offense when he can't hit an open shot. But I think the biggest culprit of it all is the usage of Cat. I think Cat should be playing better. But the way he's playing recently is not really his fault, because against the Cavaliers, he has a great first half. He doesn't touch the ball in the third quarter. He's not getting involved offensively at all. And when you look at his usage, he's 4th in touches on the team. It's Jalen Brunson. It's then
Josh Hart, I'm guessing.
Josh Hart is in the top
I believe
4.
that.
Jose Alvarado is in the top 4
He's
as
been
well.
the ball fucked.
Jose Alvarado has more touches per game than
losing
Cat.
me.
And then he's 7th in time of possession. So the amount of time that Cat actually has the ball, he doesn't have much time to do anything with it. And I feel like you look at the numbers this year, the lineups with Cat are more impactful than with Brunson. With Cat and Brunson off, the Knicks are plus 10 on a net rating scale. With Brunson on and Cat off, the Knicks are like plus 0.1. It's barely a positive. And it's not to say that he's a better player than Jalen Brunson, but it's to say that this year he has been a more efficient offensive player in certain lineups. Because I just think that letting somebody blow by you defensively is kind of worse than Cat's rim protection. Cat can be a very bad defender, but he provides size and defensive rebounding, and that is more than what Jalen Brunson will provide, even though he takes a lot of charges too. He's amongst the league leaders in charges. But Cat's not getting the ball enough. Like, Cat needs to get the ball more, and there needs to be a clear pecking order. And I don't know why this has to be said this deep into the season. Brunson has to be the 1, and Cat needs to be the 2. I mean, it's no trying to fit in Mikal and OG in there. No, like,
I agree.
the number 1 and 2 guys need to be Brunson and Cat. And the number 1 priority moving forward is to get Cat more involved in the offense. And then number 3, it can swivel between Mikal and OG, but ideally, you want OG and Anunoby to take that leap. Like, I want OG and Anunoby to be more aggressive offensively.
He's going to pay 40 M's. You want it.
I think he's who he is.
He is. And I think that's
That's fine.
Great player.
I just don't think offensively, I like Mikal's a better offensive player.
I've seen OG in stretches for like 10, 15 games, average 21 a night. And
I feel like that was never real.
It might not be real, but it's OG. Like, he's just not aggressive offensively.
He's a good play finisher. Ball handling is weak. Streaky shooter. Can't create too much separation. I mean, it's a lot to ask.
Like, I think that those need to be things that the Knicks need to prioritize, because right now, they don't look like they can mess with Detroit. They don't look like they can mess with a healthy Cleveland team. And Boston, if Tatum comes back, is going to be a really tough series to get out of. But, like, I think if the Knicks have a disappointing playoffs, Mike Brown kind of has to be one and done.
Damn.
Like, I don't think that Mike Brown can salvage his job. And I think it's shame on the Knicks.
Like if they lose in the first round?
Like first or second round.
Okay.
It depends on how they lose. But, like, I just feel like the Mike Brown thing, I think he's fine. But you like the optics of it, you hired a coach that got fired from the Kings. And this is the guy that you said he's going to take us to the mountaintop.
They also got a lot worse after they moved on from Mike Brown.
So much worse.
They did, but they tried to be better as
So
possible.
much worse.
It's like the guy that got fired from Sacramento, the guy that a lot of the fan base really they weren't that fond of Mike Brown because he didn't play Keon Ellis. And he's done some good things in New York, but he's also kind of like been at odds with Cat all year long. And that's been one of the weirdest storylines in New York. And I just feel like if the Knicks have a disappointing playoffs, it's not about ripping away the team. It's not about tearing them down. You have to look to the coach.
Well, how does that look? The next obvious question is, like, who do you replace him with? You know, like, it felt like Mike Brown, I think consensus, I don't know if consensus is the right word, but I would say majority of Knicks fans were excited about hiring Mike Brown because of all the offensive upside that was there. If you're like another up and coming coach or even an established coach, it's like Tibbs got fired. Mike Brown was one and done. If I go there and I don't reach the finals, like, it's over for me.
Can I ask a question? Maybe I'm about to say the dumbest thing I've said in a long time. I don't know. Is it possible to trade for a coach?
You can. I know you can in the NFL.
I know you can in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, no, the NBA, the Doc Rivers got traded.
Okay.
Who are you trying to trade for?
Will Hardy.
Oh, I don't think they give him.
I don't think they have no interest.
And you don't have no picks to get him.
It's what's Will Hardy's worth? Like,
For Utah, probably treasure chest.
The Knicks needed somebody to come in and change the franchise. They tried to pull away Ime.
Yeah, I was just about to say, they're locked in.
Maybe Ime is the move. Because Rockets fans, I've seen some Rockets fans pissed off.
I'm kind of just,
that's because he's ass.
And I know that the Jazz just made the move for Jaren, but I'm genuinely thinking, how do you get one of the better coaches in your building that aren't already
Mike
hired?
Malone.
Billy Donovan.
Is Mike Malone the answer?
I don't know.
I'm thinking of realistic options.
But I think if you're the Knicks,
Should it be an up and comer?
You're already a team that knows This is our core.
Yeah.
This is our core.
Why
We're
don't you
not
try
going to
Sam
get
Cassell?
much better than this.
For the
Who?
offseason, Sam Cassell.
Okay. Okay. I like where your head's at,
I
but
love that.
I think if you're the Knicks, you need to take a strong leap when it comes to head coach, especially from moving on from the guy who allowed you to see the most success you've seen in a quarter of a century.
Yeah, I just don't know how realistic it is.
It's not. And that's why I said maybe I'm saying the dumbest thing that there is.
You said dumber, don't worry.
Thank you. I just wonder, is he out there?
Yeah.
If he's not on a coach, if he's not a coach on a team right now, and that's why I go to that measure of saying, do the Knicks need to trade for a head coach this offseason if that's the case?
Last offseason, were there reports that the Knicks were reaching out to all these coaches?
They
right?
tried to get Jason, tried to get Ime, and they failed.
I mean, Jason Kidd, maybe, probably not. Ime, maybe, probably
You
not.
don't want Ime, bro.
See, the time is ticking on this core because
Am I tweaking?
It's expensive.
it's not only expensive, but it's also the fact that like there's so many deficiencies with their 2-star players. But I'm really worried. Talk about aging earlier. I'm really worried about how Jalen Brunson's game is going to age, like long term, just being a smaller guard. We've seen every team, for the most part, kind of pivot and say, we don't want those guards no more. Jalen Brunson is probably going to be one of the last players standing at that type of position.
Yeah.
He's good for a bag, too.
It's only one that beats the allegations.
It's because he's efficient. These other guards are not efficient.
Niggas don't be that good, bro.
It's so true, sadly.
And it's like, Jalen Brunson with at his size,
Him and Donovan.
him aging, him due for
Donovan's
another
6'1".
contract soon.
Yeah, facts.
The time is ticking on this core. And like, if I'm the Knicks, you need a ridiculously high level of offense from Jalen Brunson to justify the defensive woes.
Yeah.
Like, him averaging 30 is him like, okay, we'll live with your defense. But if he's going down at, like, last 2 months he's averaging like 23 a night, like, that is not justifiable with like the other negatives he brings on the other side of the court. So I just feel like now more than ever the time is ticking on the core, and I think that they might have made a mistake on the coach with Mike Brown.
I think it
because
it could be both though. Like the core, realistically, you're obviously not trading Brunson. You probably can't trade Cat just in terms of value you're getting back. You're not going to trade OG. That's your best perimeter defender. And McHale, you're probably not going to move off of. You traded 5 first-round picks for him.
Knicks fans are probably going to hate me for this.
There we go.
But like,
Sell high on Brunson.
if the Knicks said we're making Jalen Brunson available, how many teams step up?
All of them?
Houston calls.
You think all of them step up?
Every single one.
Houston calls.
Every single one.
Milwaukee's just gonna call just because Milwaukee.
Yeah. I just don't know. Are you going to get what he's valued at?
Yeah. How
Like,
many teams?
There's no move you're going to make to trade Brunson.
That's what I'm saying. How many
Look
teams
at that
call with actual
contract that
good,
he has.
good
Every
offer?
single team will call.
But he's also going to be due. Well, actually, I don't know if he
But
gets
I
that
think
contract.
every
without the
team could
Knicks.
call, but how many are realistic? How many?
No.
will work in New York?
But the question was, how many will call?
Houston.
Yeah, that's fair.
How many will call? And every team will call. Every single team will
Well,
call.
every team without a point guard, yeah.
Correct.
Maybe like 5 teams won't
But
call.
with that contract, every single team would want him.
So next year is $37 million. The year after is $40
But then
million.
you have to pay him.
Then he has a
55.
player option, $43 million.
But he's
You're gonna
probably
have to extend
extension
him.
He's
eligible.
declining that.
Yes.
So
Next
you have
year,
him
maybe?
under contract for 2 more seasons.
You have to extend him. If you trade
You're
him,
gonna
you're
have
gonna
to
extend him.
Yeah. And that's where he could get a stupid contract.
And that's
Stupid
60
in
mil
terms
to a
of his money.
shorty.
Mm-hmm.
No offense.
He's going to get 60 probably.
That's not 60.
Deserved.
Oh, they said, okay.
Yeah.
He should have got his 60 before. He's just one of the most
He'll be-
selfless
he'll be, what,
individuals.
33, getting 60 mil, and he's 6 feet tall.
And I'm gonna be honest.
Probably good off that.
I'm super good.
Probably good off
Donovan Mitchell's like the fakest 6'1" ever. He don't look 6'1" ever.
No, he
that. He's got a
doesn't.
long
He has that
wingspan,
simple wingspan.
Yeah,
His
it's-
athleticism is generational.
Yeah, it's the fakest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you could. It's unrealistic to say you're
Hey,
going to
can
move
you
up
stop
Jalen
being a
Brunson.
criminal and take your hoodie off?
No, man.
Because I feel like
it's
with
fucking freezing.
It's
It is a little chilly.
with other teams that like they have star players, if they choose to rebuild and trade them, you can probably like get max value for them depending on like what stage they're at.
Mhm.
But like with the Knicks, like I don't think anybody wants Cat and
No.
Jalen Brunson. It's a very tough sell to trade a guard in the current modern NBA.
Toronto may call.
I think Toronto's like probably an
Go with the
option.
Knicks.
Brandon
looking-
Ingram and picks.
Send quickly back. Send RJ back.
You can have all these things back, bro. Like, please.
The Raptors do absolutely anything.
But I don't know
for
how
him.
you move forward. Like, I don't know. After you
Because
trade
you got to
Brunson,
trade everybody.
Like
feel
are
better.
the Denver Nuggets like yeah man, let me go get Brunson and let me replace Jamal Murray.
Jamal's probably safer there. I mean, if you trade Brunson, everybody has to go.
Like, do the Spurs do it?
Yes.
Nah,
Yes. Yes.
maybe.
Yes.
But then, like, here's the thing. I don't know how many teams are giving him the extension.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how many teams are really giving out a ton to where you say yes? That's the thing.
I don't think. Why would the Spurs do it?
They need to make a move for
offensive player.
Giannis.
Yeah, like Fox is bigger. He's a better defender. You're putting a liability. I don't know. Wemby clears up everything.
And they got Harper sitting there
You
waiting,
got-
man.
yeah, that too. That too.
They cool.
The Rockets, I think, makes a lot of sense.
Rockets makes the most sense.
Minnesota makes a lot of sense.
So does another
Yeah.
one. What you giving up?
Yeah, exactly. Because
Nas.
Nas Reed and Picks.
You only need one of them. Like
The Lakers, you kind of run into the same problem.
No, the Lakers.
Lakers. No.
Dallas, do they call?
Kyrie.
Yes. Yes, they would.
Dallas could. The
Does
Suns,
Brunson want to?
Yes, they
I
would.
think they trade Kyrie.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to trade
the
Kyrie.
Warriors, probably.
They would.
Fuck no. It doesn't make sense.
There's a difference between calling and like.
They're not going to call. Yo, let's call about Stephen Brunson in the backcourt.
Sounds awesome.
It sounds terrible as
Sounds
fuck.
fun.
Yes, fun for sure. Nah, they ain't going to call, though.
You know, so I think that they got to maximize their
Does
window.
Cleveland call?
They got Harden, bro.
Please.
They got JH.
JH13?
Who the fuck calls him that? Who calls him that?
Oh, me.
Yeah, nah, you're fried, brother. Stick with your team. Lose.
Jesus.
They just need to figure out Cat's usage. That's it.
Well, I mean,
think that
tell
they could-
him, tell Cat, man to man, go post up kids. Like, stop always.
There's been there's 4 different versions of the Knicks this year. The version with them leading up to the cup and winning the cup, peak.
Nah, we gotta let that
Championship.
After the cup, terrible.
That sounds like somebody who has never experienced a cup championship.
go. Yeah.
Their run after they started being terrible, like in the new year, I think really good. Before the All-Star break, really good. Then after the All-Star break, they're struggling again, and then we're right here again. They've like been through so many highs and lows this year. But now let's move on to the last NBA topic, and it's just something this year that you have noticed, an under the radar storyline that you have noticed this year that you want to bring to our attention.
Okay,
Quick,
so
Anthony Richardson's agent says he looks to
Minnesota.
be box office for the next team.
Cool.
I love that for
So
him.
Minnesota.
Jets.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Okay, so my player's not underrated, but I feel like their success is underrated.
This is underrated players or storylines. I have 2 storylines.
Okay, so my storyline is when Joel Embiid plays this season, this 2026 on, they are 13-5. They are 2-7 this year without him. In these games, he's averaging 30, 54, 39, and 87% from free throw while averaging 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Joel Embiid's back. Like that's very obviously well known, but when he's on the court, the Philadelphia 76ers are a legitimate threat. And I think what they're doing is very obvious. They're priming him for the playoffs. And this is mainly just me saying, because everybody's enamored with the obvious and fair they should be. With Detroit, with the Cavaliers, post James Harden, and the New York Knicks, I'm fine with it. But the sleeping giant is the 76ers with Joel Embiid walking in the healthiest he's ever been.
That's a tough 7. Whoever it'll be
7-2,
7-6. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a tough. That's
I mean,
a tough
Paul
one.
George coming back this year too, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he got like 15 games left. 15,
Another
15.
storyline, which Riv, I hope you mentioned, is Toronto. But go ahead.
I was going to bring up Toronto because we talked about so many teams this year. Obviously, we've talked so much about the Hornets this year, and they deserve so much fucking credit. And I
Love
don't
them,
want
man.
to look over them, but Toronto's been basically a top 6 seed for the whole season. They've been as high as like a 2 or 3 seed earlier in the season, and it's been on the back of their defense. It's been really on the back of Scotty Barnes and what he's been able to do defensively. I stopped myself when you were talking about the Knicks because I do think Toronto can upset somebody in the first round, right? If they have a 6-3 matchup, I don't want it to be Boston. Whether it's Boston, Cleveland, the Knicks, their defense has shown this season that they could shut down really any offensive unit. Scotty Barnes has looked probably the best he has throughout his career, and you have a lot of guys that at least have some playoff experience and IQ, and RJ Barrett maybe not to the best extent. Still have Jakob, of course. This is a team that I don't think those top 3 to 4 teams in the Eastern Conference that we're basically saying those are the only contenders. I don't think any of them are going to want to play Toronto. They're physical, they're strong, they're athletic, they're long. Like they have a lot of guys that they're going to be able to throw at your perimeter players to make life tough on you. So we haven't had a topic on them, probably long overdue, but just want to give them a little spotlight there.
My storyline is the tale of two sides from the Thompson twins, in the sense of
How dog shit they are offensively.
you know what's interesting
How
about that?
godly
Foncast
they
about
are
to start
defensively.
Huh?
You see, when the Pistons and Spurs played, Castle got him on some.
He did. And you know what's funny
Went
about
to
the
the
Hazard thing? I do think Hazard can shoot, but I would like to see more on-ball reps. I do think when he has a mismatch in terms of guys smaller than him, I think he's able to like get into the paint, use his body, shoot right over the top. A lot of the times against OKC, you saw him do that a little bit against like guys like Case and Wallace, him work into the mid-range, in the paint, under the free throw line. I want to see him get the ball a little bit more. I think he works really well in the pick and roll. He's the best non-Wemby defender in the league this year. Like I think for me, like that goes without stating. He can guard arguably 1 through 5
over Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, he's actually
over Scotty.
The fact that you said that was hilarious. Good
That's
shout.
a real one.
Good shout. That one's more respectable. That was funny. Sarah Thompson can arguably
Why
guard.
did you say Dylan Brooks of all people?
I was just asking.
He can arguably guard 1 through 5. He can play the passing lanes. He's a great rebounder. Great on the help. Great on one-on-one defense. Great at just screen navigation. Great at beating you to the spot. There's really nothing he can't do on defense. This is a perfect player on defense at 6'7", the most athletic player in the league. Glad that he's getting his praise this year. And then on the other side, Houston, amen. They're so bad. Like it's comically bad how just they cannot figure it out offensively, especially down the stretch. There isn't a system or a go-to play outside of the Kevin Durant, just give the ball and go to work,
Figure it out.
that they can go to. You've seen in strides and in stretches that this team can get rolling, but they're not the same team that they was last year. They've lost that identity. I think they've lost that grit. And I think, amen, he hasn't upgraded on that jumper, but you can still see the impact on the defensive side as a rebounder, as a play finisher. But Houston, it gets dark because this is a team that last offseason, with respect and with good shout, they had a lot of praise getting Kevin Durant. They were a top 3 seed. You would think they would take that leap like San Antonio, like OKC. But they just feel like they've fallen off. And I think for them, losing Fred, you can look at it now, just a guy as a table setter, somebody who can really get Sengun into his spots, work well in the pick and roll. That really hurts. Now they lost Steven Adams for the year. It was a part of their identity. They're just losing bodies, and it's unfortunate because this team was on a good trajectory, and we thought Kevin Durant would kind of take them over the top. But he's probably not going to do it. They're probably going to be a first-round exit.
You said you have 2 storylines. What's your second one?
That was it.
Oh, it was 2. Oh, the
So,
Thompson and
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
it's fine. Okay, I see. I have 2 things I want to mention. I think Todd Jerome, probably one of the best offseason signings.
He's been cooking.
He's been playing really well. He's playing at a borderline all-star level, 8 games in, 19 points, 7 assists, 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 86% from the line. The Grizzlies are a bad team, so it doesn't matter that much. People aren't paying attention to it, but Todd Jerome is playing really well.
Gigi Jackson also has been playing decently recently.
Yeah, they're getting more minutes to the guys that, maybe should be
I
playing
saw
in a
Vince Williams
rebuild.
towards this year.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
And then the other one is
And they're sending doctors to Lori, like NBA doctors.
yeah,
I saw
to
it
make
was-
sure to
I saw it
verify
was
it's not fake.
Yeah, to see
Well,
Yeah.
I saw the guy who reported said that they're just sending it to the NBA, but there's not actual. But I did see that.
that
report
would've
at
been
first, and
funny.
It was like, you know what? That's what I asked for.
That makes sense.
And then the last storyline is Zion Williamson. I think
Talk about my
now
I
Talk
didn't-
about him. Well, because I know.
he's played 43 games this year.
There
He's
you go.
played in 33 straight games. Zion Williamson.
Read the fucking stats
yeah.
so I can.
He's playing well, 21 a night. It's not crazy,
What a deficiency.
but the fact that Zion Williamson is playing now, he's healthy. He's not getting derailed by just little injuries here and there. I think is a positive sign. You would think that the Pelicans would probably win a little bit more with him being so available.
They're so bad.
But the roster is bad. He's averaging 22 a night with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 58% from the field. Still not attempting threes, but maybe we'll get there one day. But yeah, he's just healthy, and I think that's the best thing for him. Just being available. He's on track to play the second most games of his career this year, and that is the number one selling point for any team that maybe is looking to add him on. If they do choose to, is okay, Zion, maybe he's turning a tide and we can count on him. He can be reliable. And either the Pelicans build something around him or another team finds a buy low player and then they can build with him. But I think it's a positive sign that he's healthy now.
22 night is cute.
I've done some reflecting, and your Zion comp to Jack Hughes is better than my Cade Cunningham comp.
Zion doesn't play.
I just wanted to put that, to give you that.
Hey, come on, man. I'm a Devils fan.
No, exactly.
Are you really?
That's how he did. Yeah. He has said that, and I respect that.
I'm a New Jersey Devils fan. And actually a good organization in the NHL. They
I-
had some bad years.
I wouldn't know what a good organization
But I
is.
saw a ranking, and they were like, they ranked all the organizations like based on ownership groups, and the Devils were like 12th.
That's good. That's
Okay,
good.
that's super mid, because that's what they are. Nevertheless.
Crying at that.
That's good though.
How many hockey teams are there? 30?
Huh?
Yeah, I think so.
30?
So that's
Yeah,
above mid.
I think it's
That's solid.
32.
32?
I know the Buffalo Sabres, owned by the same owner as the Bills, is the worst owner in the league, 32nd.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Zion.
they're awful.
Shout out to Zion,
Shout
man.
out to Zion.
Playing.
Love Zion. This is Zion
Both you go
positive
to hell.
podcast.
What the fuck? What did I say?
No. This is fake love.
I didn't give him love. I said, like, what the fuck?
I said shout out to Zion.
You said you love him.
I said this podcast loves Zion.
No, I wouldn't lie to you like that.
Is he back? Is Zion back?
Back what?
Is he back?
He's not all the way back.
I don't even know what back is.
He's not all the way back.
What is back?
26,
Just being
27
Zion.
tonight.
Is he getting traded?
I hope.
To where?
Get him out of nowhere.
I don't know what the fuck the Pelicans are doing.
What do you think? Him and Luka could do it?
Oh, Christ.
Dude, you'd kill yourself.
It'd be
It'd be
fucking
fun.
tweaking.
It'd be fun.
Be
On
whipping and
offense?
nang.
Then what about defense?
I'd have fun. Zion can play defense. Can Luka?
We're going to take a break in the podcast right here. And we're going to be back with some NFL. On to the NFL portion of the podcast. We're going to be tiering every single starting quarterback in the NFL,
Do your job,
AFC,
Don't do
and
those
NFC. But before that, some star players could be on the move this offseason.
Got me there.
One of the star players being Mr. Max Crosby, who was on a podcast with Caleb Williams,
Friendly.
Billy Gallion, having a great
Okay,
time.
not beats Caleb.
Caleb, great
I'm
guest.
with you, bro.
And now it's led to some speculation that maybe he could be in Chicago because on Polymarket, where will Max Crosby play in 2026? Chicago has a 30% chance, according to the public, for Max Crosby to go to the Bears this offseason. It would definitely help out the defensive line room.
30%'s nuts.
Now, taking into account this Polymarket market with Max Crosby, he is going to be one of the names that we're going to be using in this segment to try to dictate where we think these stars are going to go. So let's start on offense first. These are the potential names that could be on the move. You have A.J. Brown, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas Jr., Jalen Waddle. Of those players, who do you think is most likely to be moved? And if they do, to where?
Now, according to Polymarket or in my head?
In your head.
Okay, who do I think is most likely to be moved? AJ Brown. The way that Nick Sirianni was talking, I get it. You're engaging with the media and you're kind of at times giving them what they want to hear. Whether it's a good idea, bad idea, that's not up for discussion. But nevertheless, it seemed just the way that things had ended last season between the organization and him, it wasn't the greatest. The relationship between Nick Sirianni and him is also not the greatest. That kind of was made obvious when Nick was just like, he could be here, he may not be. I could be here, I may not be. You don't really know what's going on. Yeah, but I just think that the relationship's over. I think that it's gotten to a point where AJ would just be best for him to move on. Not best for the Eagles,
$70
truthfully.
million.
That's the
Dead
cap?
$70 million.
70?
Yes.
For him?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not happening.
Yeah, $70 million.
Is that accurate?
A lot of Eagles fans are
I'll look it up.
referencing the same number. I would assume
70
I would assume it's accurate.
for
Yes.
a receiver?
That's why we don't get too he's not getting traded this year. But when they were talking about like he's not guaranteed to be here next year,
Okay.
and that's the
70 is ridiculous. I will shut up.
Yeah, no,
and then
he's
I will,
right.
I will
if
go and
you-
change my answer to Jalen Waddle because that's not happening.
If you release him before June 1st, $72 million in dead cap. If you trade him before June 1st, $43 million in dead cap. So, I mean, a little bit better, but not much.
Still not great.
and we had to pay a lot of our defensive guys. So
Okay, I completely take back my statement, and shame on me for not knowing that. Nevertheless, I will go to Jalen Waddle because the Dolphins are already cleaning house.
Yeah.
And maybe it's still not the greatest idea to just trade everybody. As a Bronco fan, I would love Jalen Waddle, but I would like Devon Achane just slightly bit more. But Waddle, it just seems like this is another player that has a decent sized contract that it just seems like, yes, you're in the business of keeping talent, but you're also in the business of kind of starting fresh. And I think that's why I would lean Waddle.
I think the easy answer is DJ Moore. You have Romaduze breaking out.
True.
You have Luther Burden, who's coming up.
Amen.
And then you have Loveland, who's there. Those are 3 young players.
Okay.
None of them has got paid yet. No, not even close.
Nope.
So you have 3 guys on rookie deals. DJ Moore seems like the odd man out, the older guy. Doesn't really fit well with Caleb. Easiest guy to move. I think Jalen Waddle makes sense for sure. He's a guy who, like I said, Miami's cleaning house. He's still a top-end talent. I think he's, 26, 27 years old. If he's healthy, he can be a 1K receiver. He gives you a ton of speed on the outside. They didn't move him at the deadline, and teams were offering the first, so I don't know how, I don't know how fast they'd be able to move him now. You still need something out there. But I think for me, it'd be DJ Moore. I think he's the easier guy. Probably get like a 3rd or 4th round pick for him. Teams like Buffalo, Kansas City maybe, or maybe Baltimore probably be calling that need an extra wide receiver. And he could be a guy that's a vet presence in the locker room. Yeah,
DJ Moore is probably the easiest out of this bunch to move because I think if you're Chicago, number one, you save money if you trade him before June 1st, $16 million in cap savings, do get $12 million dead cap hit. In terms of some of the lackadaisical play that he has, time to time, I know a lot of Chicago fans call that out. And like Riv mentioned, you have so many other receivers and weapons there that you feel really good about, right? You feel pretty solid, I think, if you had Luther, Rome, and Loveland also having Cole Kmet, who might be a trade candidate in his own right. I think you feel pretty good about that room with the offensive line and Caleb and the running backs. That DJ Moore is probably expendable, and we could talk about potentially a team where they could get a little something for him, maybe with the draft pick. But I do think he fetches, I think Riv's about right, 3rd round, 4th round pick. Maybe it's a little bit less because we do see veteran receivers sometimes go for cheaper. But with that being said, it has been a more expensive market recently. Jalen Waddle is interesting because during the deadline, they wanted 2 firsts for him, but this was also a different regime, right? This was before they have new coach, new GM. I would imagine they probably value him about the same. The only reason I think he stays in Miami is just because of the lack of weapons they have, right? It's Achane and it's Jalen Waddle, and it's a bunch of guys you probably don't trust, right? Malik Washington and Darren Wallers of the world. And it's going to be interesting to see what Devon Achane looks like in a non-Mike McDaniel offense. We know how explosive he is. We know how great he is as a pass catcher. But Mike McDaniel was really getting him involved constantly in the offense, lining him out wide, getting him touches in the backfield, screen game that we don't really know what it's going to look like, with this new regime, this new coaching staff. So I think DJ Moore is the most likely to get moved. I think Waddle's safe just because of the lack of weapons. I think AJ's safe because of the big cap hit. And Brian Thomas, I don't see him getting moved because
I can't be bought on that.
While they have a lot of weapons,
At least not yet.
they also would be one injury away from being like, shit, we have nothing. Like if you trade Brian Thomas, all of a sudden Jacoby Myers tweaks an ankle and he's out for a month. Parker Washington's your one. And like, you know what I mean? Then it's him and
Hunter.
It's Hunter playing some snaps.
Travis
and
coming off an injury too, right?
And all of a sudden your room looks really weak. You have really good depth there. You don't have to pay anybody, or at least Brian Thomas that is yet. So to me, it would still be DJ Moore.
I think DJ Moore is the perfect trade candidate for the Raiders. I think the Raiders.
So I was insinuating, brother.
Max Crosby to the Bears, and then the Bears send out DJ Moore and a 1st round pick.
There you go.
The Raiders get 2 1st round picks in this draft. The first one being used on Mendoza, then the second one being used on an offensive lineman, some defensive help, whatever they want to use it on. I think that makes sense because now you add a receiver in DJ Moore to help Fernando Mendoza out. They lost a reliable one in Jacoby Myers when they traded him at the deadline. And now you have Bowers, DJ Moore. You're starting to build somewhat of an infrastructure, Ashton Genty. And then it's just about fixing the offensive line. Like, I think the Raiders are the team that they should be all in on getting Tyler Linderbaum. They should be all in on improving that offensive line. So they make sure that Fernando Mendoza is protected and the running game can also flourish. And Clint Kubiak also had some comments on Ashton Genty and wanting another back with him and having a committee, running back by committee. Because, I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to put all that wear and tear on one player. Mm-hmm. So
he got a ton of touches.
I think it's fair. So Max Crosby would be my player to go to the Bears, DJ Moore to the Raiders. And then on defense, these are other candidates that could get moved. We talk about Max Crosby. Myles Garrett, who is kind of like in rumors all the time, but
I don't think he gets moved.
He just got paid, probably not going to get moved. Minkah Fitzpatrick has come up in some conversations. Mm-hmm. And then Trent McDuffie, while there's been no reporting, just based on the Chiefs' history, they didn't keep Charvarius Ward. They didn't keep L'Jarius Sneed. And Trent McDuffie is due to get paid soon. And who's to say that Kansas City might want to move off of him as well so they don't pay top of the market money for him.
Issue is they don't have a L'Jarius Sneed waiting after Charvarius Ward, and they don't have a Trent McDuffie waiting after L'Jarius Sneed this time. They don't have that option. So I think that they are going to stick with Trent. I think Myles Garrett is definitely not getting moved. That's just an easy one. And the second name you listed was off the top of Minka. That's an easy one too. It just seems after 1 year, it was a weird move in the first place to trade off of Ramsey to get to Minka. Again, this is a team that's rebuilding. This is a team that's trying to start from scratch. And for the same logic that I used for Waddle, it makes even more sense for Minka, who's older.
Yeah, I think the Mcduffie thing is interesting just because the lack of cap space that the Chiefs have, right? They're already $6 million over. They can make some restructures. I think they've already restructured Mahomes. So his cap number went down from 78 to 34. But even still, like they're not going to have a ton of money. So I do have a couple destinations for these players. If McDuffie is available, I think the Rams should be all over him.
Easily.
That's the one place where their secondary definitely lacks. We know how great their front seven is. That defensive line is awesome. But their secondary, they just don't have a star number one, or I think multiple players that you really trust. And we know how great they are when, without that. So I think McDuffie becomes available. The Rams, I think Minka Fitzpatrick will definitely be available just because of the state of the organization. I had two teams for him. I think the Bengals should be calling. I think this is going to be an aggressive offseason for them. You hear some of the rumblings about Joe Burrow. We've talked about that in the past. I think you need to get a bit aggressive. And even though Minka isn't the player he probably once was, I think he's definitely an upgrade over what they have just in terms of the secondary. And the other team would be the Philly. I think Philly is still, even with the, a little bit strapped with cash, the AJ Brown situation, I still think Howie Roseman, with about the $20 million that they have in cap space, is going to try to make a swing. We know he likes going after veterans.
And we got to pay Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, Reed is a free agent. I think you bring in Minka just as a bit of a Band-Aid, 1 or 2 year thing. And who knows, maybe when he gets to Philly, he's like, I could compete for a championship. Maybe I'll take a bit of a pay cut here too. So those are the couple of spaces I see. I don't think Myles gets moved. And Max Crosby, Chicago would be my number one fit for him.
I think Cincinnati should be all over both of them. With Trent McDuffie and Minka.
They should be over everybody.
I think a sneaky guy that I haven't heard any reports, but just don't count it out, is Hendrickson from Cincinnati. Like, he was a guy who has been in rumors talking about not getting paid and stuff like that. Just don't sleep. But I think Buffalo also should be another team on those guys too. Like, you need secondary help. Tre'Davious White had a good year last year. Can't rely on him. Mm-hmm. Can't rely on him, unfortunately. Benford, Teron Johnson, they feel like they're always banged up. They always start a game, don't finish a game. They also need safety help too. Ever since they lost Hyde and Poyer, they haven't really had the additions at the safety position.
They were fucking locked though.
Yeah, no, them two were dogs.
Jesus.
But Rapp and Bishop a little bit inexperienced. He was a rookie last year, or year 2 player, something like that. He's extremely young. So I'll be looking at Minka too. There's a lot of teams I think that will have suitors for Waddle and Minka. I think Miami, if they just if they press the right buttons, can get a couple good assets for them.
I just wonder what the trade for McDuffie would be, because I look at the Cowboys and the Rams. They both have 2 first-round picks. The Rams feel like the more obvious spot because the Cowboys have more players they need to pay. Pickens is about to make like $30 million a year.
They're about to franchise tag him.
Yeah, you're paying him a lot, and they have to re-sign Brandon Aubrey as well. Mm-hmm. So the Rams feel like the destination for Trent McDuffie, but I wonder if it's going to be that first-round pick that's pick 14, or that's going to be that late first at the bottom of the first round. Because I think that the Chiefs, if they do get that pick, I mean, they're not the overall pick, or I think it's 10th, whatever. The first pick that they have that they own, they can use that either on an offensive weapon, help Mahomes out, on a defensive player, and then that other pick they can use to get a corner. Because with Jalen Watson, no Williams, I think one more corner, they kind of solidifies that room. It would make sense for them, but then you're the Rams and you're thinking, I mean, why trade for McDuffie when I can just draft Jermod McCoy with the 14th overall pick? And he might not be McDuffie like right away, but he has a really high ceiling. So
McDuffie's young.
Or do both. Maybe get into Caleb Downs sweepstakes and get I don't know. The Rams should be. We don't know how many years Stafford has left. If you could get 2 high impact players in the secondary, that's the one area that you're looking at. Like, we really need to improve.
And their defense is young.
Their defense is also. Yeah.
I mean, they get McDuffie. The defense is
rookie
unfair.
deal.
Yeah.
It's
that's the only thing they lack right now is corner.
Yep.
So if they get McDuffie, it'll be it'll be up. But now we're gonna get into the tier list thing. So are we gonna divide this by conference, or we're doing it all in one?
So we have an AFC tier list and an NFC tier list. Let's start with the AFC first.
Okay, let's get to the AFC tier list.
So easy.
Are you naming a quarterback and then we're putting him in the tier, or what are we doing?
We could do either. I have quarterbacks. I have the tiers. We could do either way.
Let's go name a quarterback.
Okay, the first one, Josh Allen. S tier.
He is S tier.
We have 3 S's. You know what I'm saying?
That is an S tier.
S tier. But we could, if we just do it random, because I had these list
okay.
tiers.
Keep
So,
going.
okay, we might have 2 different spectrums here. Next name up, Justin Fields.
F.
F,
Or not ranked.
Unfortunately, he's an F.
Yeah, so
an
we're
F.
doing basically all the week 1 starters,
Okay.
right? So we don't
Yes.
have Tyrods and stuff like that. Next quarterback up, Geno Smith.
F.
F.
Whoa.
Off of this season, it was an F.
This season alone.
We're doing just this
Just
season?
this season. Just this
Okay,
season.
he was most certainly he was an F.
Yeah.
He
led
wasn't
the
Justin
league
Field.
in
D.
interceptions.
D.
Nah, he was
They
bad.
had the worst record in football.
He
F.
was so bad. He's F. He's like a 60 and Justin feels like a 30.
I'll put Justin Fields behind Geno. How about
Okay,
that?
that makes me
Justin
feel
Fields
better.
will be the last quarterback on this
It
list.
matters, but yeah.
Probably not wrong. Okay, next quarterback up, Justin Herbert.
B. No.
I would fight for A.
I think you could fight for A.
I would
He's an
fight for A.
A tier quarterback that had a B season.
That's what
But
I
I
was
think
thinking.
if you bring context in, the offensive
Yes.
line injuries, the running back injuries, really
Yes.
Lad regressing, maybe you could put that on Lad. But
He's an A quarterback.
I hope we do this with every quarterback. Let's
I'll
go
keep
ahead.
same energy. He's an A.
All right, that's fair.
I would have him.
I think he's a
just
tier.
based on that
Okay,
season.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Next quarterback, Daniel Jones.
When he
Yeah,
played,
let's-
he was an A.
Let's
Yeah.
go B.
Okay.
I can't put him
Good
in A
compromise.
with Herbert.
Good
I can't
compromise.
put
Yeah.
him in A.
When he
he-
played, he was an A.
Yes, let's
Simple.
put him in B.
They
He
were,
was leading the number 1 offense.
yeah, they were like before the injury, they were definitely starting to like teeter off a bit, where they
So
weren't
let's
the
say
number
B.
1 offense.
B. He had a B. year.
But part of it could have been the injury.
He was like 90%
nagging.
great
Yeah,
this
he was.
season. 90, which is an A.
I'm cool with A or B.
I'm
Real.
I feel like B is.
I think B is solid.
Yeah,
B, okay,
Putting
this
in
guy.
A.
It's because you don't want to put Daniel Jones in A.
No, that's exactly. It literally is. That is it.
Why?
I
He's
just
a
don't-
different player now.
I just
feel
don't think he's
it's
an A
not- yeah,
quarterback.
it's not.
But
It
this
gotta
is
be
off
some-
this season. Do I think Geno's an F quarterback? I
Yes.
don't think that.
You
I
have to.
don't think Geno's an F quarterback.
Well, it has
Well,
to
off
be a
this
middle
season,
ground.
we had what, like 8 games of Daniel Jones or 9?
That's what I'm saying. And in of those games, 90% of the time, he was great, which is an A.
Loki might have got hurt like week 13 or some shit.
He did get hurt late.
Yeah.
I can't put him in A.
Later.
man. I'm sorry.
It's like, I think that it.
He had the situation was
I
great.
do tend to agree with Dell's where like he started to play worse as the
The
season went
Steelers
on.
game
Two
was
games.
horrible.
It was 2
The
games.
played
Steelers and
13
Falcons
games.
game were bad.
I think he got hurt
feel like
after that,
13.
right?
Then he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt
in the
after
Falcons
that.
game.
So maybe it might be like 75%.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely higher than that.
I think 90 is strong.
To be fair, he only had 3 games this, and this isn't everything. He only had 4 games this season under 100 passer rating.
Yeah, he
How
did
many
really
played?
well.
13. But to be fair,
80%.
okay, I'm gonna cut out the last game because that's not fair. He only played a couple
that's fair,
snaps.
yeah.
But out of the last 4 weeks, he played 2 of them. One was a 99. I'm cool with an A or B.
No.
What are
I
we
think
doing?
B.
I'll
B,
go
B.
Fucking haters.
Okay.
Whatever.
B it is.
That's a B?
No, this guy. He's like
he was-
smiling
listen,
while
it's
He
saying
came
it's
into
a
the
B.
long
season an
way.
F.
Huh?
It's a
He
long
came
way from
into
what
the
he was.
season
It
an
really,
F.
it really, yeah. It really,
No,
yeah.
I understand that. But again, what he deserved off what he showed this season was an A.
I think we could do a little bit of who they are.
but
plus
you
the
don't want to
season.
give him that, which is fine.
Well,
whatever,
what he's
whatever
shown
you
this
want to
year
do.
is his play started to get worse.
He started taking a lot of sacks.
That
Do
he
we not
did.
factor
Yeah.
in Shane Steichen, Jonathan Taylor was amazing.
Yeah, no, for
And
sure.
then when he got
injury.
hurt, they lost every game.
They also you told me earlier they put 10 in the box
what a Phillip
against
Rivers.
JT. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying they lost every game.
Yeah,
That's a fair.
I was happy
fair
about that.
assessment.
Got their pick.
Next go.
Next quarterback, Lamar.
S.
S tier.
No, I would just this season. I think
Oh,
Lamar's
I'll
probably
B.
a C tier.
Good.
B?
Wow.
Really,
C or
I was
B?
gonna
I
say
got it.
A.
I don't know. I
He had
thought
21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Yeah,
Lamar was a B this year.
All right, I think
Okay.
certain guys don't get to this season tag.
That's
What
what
the
we're doing,
fuck,
though. We're
man?
doing, this tier ranking is just off this season. That's what
for-
we're doing.
and if
This
we
isn't
get-
our quarterback ranking.
Well, then this
this
nigga
isn't
don't get
our
a B.
list. I
No,
would have him
if,
a C.
if
I
it's
thought-
Lamar, I think for Lamar's standard,
C.
yes, C
Or
is
D.
fine. But I still think for like regular quarterback standard, he was a B.
I would have
Okay.
him C. I think when he came back from injury, he obviously didn't look himself, but he was also
I
just
don't like the this
inaccurate.
season thing.
But that's what the list is. Man.
That's what this is.
Isn't,
Yeah.
This isn't Riv's top 10
But you gave
quarterbacks.
Geno an F. Geno
Yeah,
is not
he's
an
not quarterback.
F.
He's probably a C.
Where do you have him ranked in the league?
Geno?
Where do you have him ranked
It's
in
like
the
a
league?
top 20 guy.
You're so lying. You
Around-
don't have him
around
20.
20.
He's what? He's around
You guys
20.
have him at least bottom 7.
No, I mean,
Like, come on.
I don't-
like,
I don't
you
know. I
have-
like-
I saw your top 15, 20 list.
he wasn't in my top
He
15.
wasn't. He wasn't.
He's
in
not
your
a top
20.
15 guy.
Lamar Jackson had a not the season of his standards for sure.
No.
but 21-7, 100+ passer rating.
You're being kind.
He had a B.
He
Should have made
It
the playoffs.
was a B. That's it.
He did say he did.
He left the field
He
winning.
did leave the field.
No.
No.
Where you want to put him? B?
My vote was C.
I say C too. If we're talking about this year.
Just this year.
All right, if you guys, listen, you're
That's
the
the case. Let's
you're the
drop
Lamar
Herbert.
guy. See it is, and if it, no, I think
we have to drop
Herbert.
Herbert.
So
I think
tier
Herbert
list-
was objectively great this year.
So in this
He was
tier
all right.
list, Daniel Jones over Lamar Jackson.
He played.
based on
Daniel
this
Jones
season.
played better than.
I mean, he also gets different
Lamar.
expectations.
that too. Yeah, that too. But even still, Daniel Jones played well regardless of
Are
expectations.
we sure Herbert got an A and Lamar had a C?
I think Herbert was amazing this year.
I'm saying, is it this year
The,
was two
the playoff
grades?
game, are we going to drop
We
in
have
2
to
grades?
add that.
All
We
right.
have to add that.
B it is.
We have to learn to be.
Herbert B it is.
It's fucking nuts, honestly.
All
I'm
right,
gonna be.
Herbert to B, Lamar C. If that's the case, Lamar's a B. I'm buying
I
it.
agree with you.
All right.
I mean,
Daniel
I would have
Jones
put
last in the
Lamar
B tier.
probably like A.
Okay, fuck it. Then yeah,
No,
B
no,
it
you don't
is.
just listen to him. B. We voted B.
That yeah.
Yeah, you guys
So
did
I
vote
was
B.
C, but then the A catches
Then
up
we-
to C to
so
a B.
B.
B it is. Next quarterback, Trevor Lawrence.
B.
He's an A.
I think he was an A.
A.
Okay,
I would say
I can
A
go
or
with A.
you could argue S.
I could no.
I wouldn't
You-
argue.
you-
No, you could argue S.
I think he was probably the second or no third best.
Not if you're taking
AFC
into
quarterback.
account the entirety of the season.
Yeah, that's fair.
If we're taking into account the second half of the season,
And
then
playoff
yes.
game
Okay,
was
so let's go A.
I think
Fine.
he is an A.
okay. A's cool. Mahomes.
C. B. B.
F.
I'm
This
sorry.
was an A. He was
F.
6 in QBR.
Would you
He
say
led a
F?
top
I
10
said B.
offense.
I said B. I say B.
I mean, he was
B.
6 in QBR. He led a top 10 offense. He accounted for top 3 of quarterback yardage for their teams.
He
in
led. He was
general.
leading the team in rushing before the injury.
He did everything for
Honestly,
the team.
He was mad
You're moving
good.
me. He was A.
He was mad
He
good.
might be S.
He
but
was.
even
I also
loud.
felt like towards the end, like he was really good in the beginning. Towards the end, he wasn't as.
I don't think he
great.
played at an MVP level this year, but I think he was a tick below that.
Yeah, we'll give him B.
B. I'm just stat watching real quick. Oh my god, he's got some. Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, he's mid.
I'll say like since the Dallas game is where like the entire offense started to tail off.
I was gonna say after the Washington game, passer ratings of 57, 79, 77, 129, 20, and 62. Like I feel like second half of the year he wasn't that
B.
great. And this is just stat watching. I get all
It's
that.
a
This
B.
isn't everything, but this is where I feel.
What else do you
I
feel?
would say B.
So what do we got? B. You got A.
I
What you
would
got?
go A. Yeah, I would. I feel like
From a C
Mahomes.
to an A in a week. Nuts.
Based on my home standards, I feel like it's a B.
Whatever.
I mean, given like the situation, leading the team in
So
rushing.
he's a dude.
Yeah,
He's
you're
Mahomes.
right. Okay, so B.
I think B.
Could argue C, but
Put Lamar first.
the Daniel Jones tier.
Get the fuck
Let's
outta
put
here.
Herbert behind
Yeah.
Mahomes. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay, next quarterback, Drake May.
S.
S.
I'm saying S. I'm waiting for someone to say the playoffs.
No, I mean he was ass.
Well, this is an S tier. Like he
He was
was
MVP.
he was
No, yeah,
MVP
MVP,
number
you gotta
two.
have S tier, yeah.
schedule.
Schedule was very Mickey.
The schedule.
Very Mickey. The schedule.
This
for
is
sure. very Mickey. Very
S.
I would have him in S tier.
All right.
I would have
Hey,
him in S.
he's
He was
Mickey.
strong.
This
strong.
one's about to get nasty, and I.
You could
hate
argue
it.
top of A, but
actually,
whatever.
Skip this one.
Save him for last.
Save him for last.
All
Please,
right, Aaron
please.
Why?
Rodgers.
Because I'm going to scream.
C.
It's me.
It's you as fuck.
Okay.
D.
Aaron Rodgers was a C.
I'd put him in
D.
D.
Aaron
thought he was
Rodgers.
solid.
D.
I could hear either one.
D.
I think the offensive line was dog shit. I think his weapons
71,
room was average.
69,
He's
same
41
grade.
years old.
Yeah.
C is fine.
D.
You guys have been disrespectful. What's
You
a
guys are
C?
being rude. He's a C.
What's the difference for real? Like, what's your? If you gave him a C, what's the number? I want to hear a number.
72.
I'm giving him a 69. Same
Okay.
thing.
Hot.
D, D, C. Tyler, C or D for Aaron Rodgers?
All right.
Oh, God damn it.
Fucking
Okay,
Tyler,
C it
you're
is. C it
fucking
is.
worthless.
He's locked in.
Fuck.
So we're
Tyler.
CJ Stroud.
C.
This is also a C.
C.
Yeah.
I think C is
Yeah.
fair.
But this is like a 78 C. You know,
Okay, a little bit higher. C
isn't-
plus.
this
Yeah,
isn't
put
the
him in front of
Aaron
Aaron.
Rodgers C.
Tua.
F.
D or
D.
D or F. Was he
Can we get the situation?
Tyler.
This is absolutely an F.
was he closer to Geno or was he closer to CJ
So what was
Stroud?
F?
Gino.
What do you say?
I said, was he closer to CJ Stroud or closer to
Shouldn't
Geno?
Aaron be the bar?
Or Aaron, or whatever you want to do.
Oh,
It's
I mean,
closer to
Aaron
Aaron,
cleared
closer
to with his
yeah.
I didn't say C. I didn't say C. I said D.
F.
I was going to say F.
Tyler said F.
I think he led the league in
Tyler said
interceptions,
F.
actually.
He tied.
Oh. Tyler's
Tyler's
a
the
real one.
tiebreaker. Good job, Tyler. You're back. I love you again.
Joe Burr.
A.
Yeah,
When he was healthy, he was awesome.
exceptional
Yes.
when he was healthy.
Yeah.
This
We
is
could
an
argue
A.
S if he played
You
more
could
games.
argue, but he didn't.
Cam Ward.
This
C.
is a C.
All right. All right.
C.
Woo.
C.
Thought somebody was going to say B.
Easy.
No, I had a feeling, man.
This is the only bright spot on the team. One of
Yeah.
So I guess this is, so we have,
Keep going.
Can you argue Cam Ward D?
I'm just saying, did I
I'm
miss?
saying
No slight. I just think as of right now, the season that he had, yes, he closed the season off strong. I just think that if we're grading him amongst all quarterbacks, D. Thoughts? We have a D tier for a reason.
Potentially, but not if we, account for the situation. Time situation was an F.
Dolphin situation was an F.
I don't know if it's an F. It wasn't an A.
It's a C.
I'm reaching. I reached. Sorry.
Dolphin situation was a solid C.
So C and D, I mean, marginal, but I think we need somebody in D. And I
Maybe
think
we'll find somebody.
Cam
Next-
Ward may need to be the sacrificial lamb.
No,
Next
we'll
name
find
up,
somebody.
Joe Flacco. D.
D is hell.
When he was with the
No, we
Bengals,
put him
he
at
was
F.
okay.
He had some really good games.
Jamar
was-
Chase.
yeah,
G.
okay.
Higgins sack.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Merchants.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
D.
D.
Last quarterback. You guessed it, Drew. Bo Nix.
We have so much more.
No, I mean, none of these guys started week
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
And this is a B.
I'm
I
cool.
was gonna say B too.
I'm cool
I
with
just
the B.
know what you're gonna say.
I wasn't going to say S.
Okay.
I don't think he
No,
was
I
as
thought
good
he
as-
was gonna say D, and you were gonna say
No.
B, and I thought that's what it was gonna be. I was
No,
screaming.
no. What
Woo.
where my mind immediately, I
Hey.
think Bo Nix.
Why would I say D? I
Hey.
love Bo Nix.
He is a believer.
Okay, you get naked.
Well,
when
Bo
anybody
Nix is
gets,
a Bo Nix
you know?
is a B. I thought he had a B season.
I also thought he was
It's
a
just
B.
that Bo Nix has just made such a
It's so easy.
strong impact on my life.
I feel you.
I love him.
I get
I
it.
hope the recovery's going well.
He's a
Hope
B. It's a good
okay.
list.
I think it's, so. Our S
So
tier.
why is he in it?
I don't think he was good as Trevor Burrow.
And I tend to agree.
Okay. So our S tier, Josh Allen, and Drake May. That's perfect. I think A tier, Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow. That's pretty solid. B tier, got some guys: Lamar, Mahomes, Herbert, Daniel Jones, and Bo Nix.
Fuck yeah, baby. I won this season, man. This was my fucking year.
C tier, CJ Stroud, Rodgers, Cam Ward. D tier, Flacco, F, Geno, Fields. 2-1.
Hey,
We gotta
you
put
have
Ca-
to take your wins with your losses.
Yeah,
and
we gotta
if
put
Tua,
Cam in the detail.
if that's what I'm saying, that's
We
what I'm
gotta put
saying.
Cam in the detail.
And if
No,
Tua is my
I'm cool with
sacrificial
C.
lamb, if he was my sacrificial
He
lamb,
was.
it was fucking worth it.
And if we just wanted to, Shador, Dylan Gabriel, would they be F?
Sure.
I think Shador. Am I nuts to say D given situation?
He
Like
could
the
be.
Tennessee game
Could be.
exists.
He also had like 10
We know
interceptions in
ARs
4
now.
games.
He did.
He didn't play.
Exactly.
So, NA. All right, let's do the NFC.
The Trey
now.
Lance tier.
Yeah.
Didn't have a shot.
Didn't get a chance.
Didn't get it. He
Fucking
so
chance.
did got a chance.
I feel like the only change I would make is I'll put Mahomes, Herbert, Lamar, and A. That's
Okay.
it.
This season?
Yeah, Herbert probably is like the one I probably could keep Herbert at B because I think, like I said, he's an A quarterback
he's out
that
the
had a
top
You
Ten.
said he's
B
fringe
season.
10.
we got him.
Yeah, but he's top 10 for me.
Just barely.
He's
By the
fringe
skin
10,
of
but
his
he's top
teeth.
10 for me for
We'll
sure.
see. We'll see what you think in August.
He's number 9.
All right, NFC. You guys ready?
I'm locked.
All right, first quarterback Baker Mayfield.
C.
Yeah, I mean he
I like
played,
he fell off a
played,
cliff.
poorly. The second half of
Shoulder
the year.
injury didn't help, but he was really inaccurate.
This
down
is
the
a
stretch.
C. You can argue like B on his best day.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
coming off last
I
season.
mean,
he
on his
probably
best day,
would
you
be
could
A.
argue, hey, he was
Yeah.
really hooping.
His week
hooping.
1 through 6, he was all
He
world.
was movie.
Yeah. Paul, the Rams game, once you got fucked up. Your guy, Brock Purdy.
B.
I like B.
I can hear
that's,
C.
That's where I was.
No.
going.
Yeah.
I can hear a high end C is what I'm saying. But
Okay.
I think I'll go
Yeah,
B.
I'm here B.
Okay.
B.
You had him top 8.
I would have went A.
Oh,
You
sorry.
were an A.
He loves
We
Brock
can go
Purdy.
B though. We go B.
He's not. He's
No?
no.
I love what you guys.
Yeah.
Not respecting the second QBR.
Oh God.
You
Next-
called him. You know what?
Yeah, we don't even have to get into it. Bryce Young.
C.
B.
For the year, C.
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 I think C. I think he was solid. I don't think he was good as Brock Purdy.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Not even close, actually.
Closer
Brock
to Baker.
Purdy, you
for
could
sure.
argue A.
I think you could make the argument. But next quarterback, Caleb Williams.
B.
I agree.
Okay,
I would
I think
also
Brock
be-
has to go up.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Brock has to
I
go
do
up.
agree with
This
that.
year, yeah.
I do agree with that. I think
If
Brock
he's in the
is
same,
A.
with all due respect to Caleb,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not trying to
hear you.
disrespect
I
him.
hear
You
you.
know
I
what I'm
hear
saying?
you.
I don't think that there's a tier gap between Caleb and Brock.
I
though.
don't think. See,
How
I
they
don't want
played
to
this
say
past
it's a
year.
tier gap.
It's
It's
how
more
they
like a
played this
point
year,
gap.
too.
You know what I'm saying?
That is
Just
really what it
unfortunate.
is.
Yeah.
And I do think Brock Purdy, when he played, was amazing.
I mean,
He feasted on some bad defenses late, but yeah.
make up
played
your
well.
mind on
He's
if you
back.
like him or
He
not.
played well.
We needed this.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
This Brock Purdy over Herbert was getting nuts.
I mean, listen, it's because 4 of his best games of the season were against like trash defenses. Objectively, like that just is what it is.
I mean, that's what
It's
quarterbacks
okay, he had
do
a game-winning
normally.
drive
Like-
against Seattle.
Normally, that's what quarterbacks do.
He didn't play well in that game though. Overall,
It's all about how
he had
you
a
finish.
game-winning drive. But then after he didn't play well against Jacksonville. He
You
didn't
just
play-
stop. You just said you could argue he was A. You said that 5 minutes ago.
He's fighting himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
know.
literally said that.
Yeah, I know.
So what are you talking about? Move on. What the fuck are we
Wait, so
doing?
are we keeping Birdie and B or moving to A?
Moving to A or keeping B. I don't care. But this dude over
We can
here
leave them
just
both in
said
B.
it.
We can
What's
leave them
wrong
both
with
in
Leave
B.
them both at B, bro.
Okay,
can leave
B
them
it
both
is.
in B.
You don't need to move somebody to A.
Next quarterback, Dak.
A.
I think I would also have Dak in A. He was fucking awesome. The team was bad.
He has some stinkers, but I'll go ahead.
Yeah, every quarterback does.
A is fine.
You don't feel thrilled about
This
that.
guy's a D.
I don't
know
feel
you
thrilled,
guys are
honestly, if
sincere.
I'm being honest, but it's just the Dallas as a whole is underwhelming, and I find myself putting a little bit of responsibility on him, and I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So A.
This guy's
Defense
a
is
D.
terrible. Jalen Hurts.
D. This year.
C.
D.
I would say C.
I would say C as well.
You guys
I
are
don't know
being
if he was
so
a D
nice.
quarterback. He was definitely a C quarterback.
Is he above Bryce Young or Baker? Just this year. Just out of
He's above
curiosity.
Bryce Young. He's probably on the same level playing field as
Okay.
Baker.
You know what?
He's
The
above
names,
both of them.
The name. He's probably better, but this year the names.
He could be at the top of C.
Okay.
Or
Could be at
just
the bottom of
below
B.
Baker.
I'll put him above Baker. Not
Not
that it matters. Okay, back to the middle. It's Hurts.
I don't know. It's just a lot of Jalen Hurts' numbers don't equate to
I wish.
offensive
Productivity.
production.
Yeah, I hear you.
The numbers are there, but the offense was horrible this past season.
Yeah, it was bad. Passing game was
It's
really
kind of
struggled.
like the Russell Wilson year in Denver. Oh, the numbers look great, but the offense was trash.
Hmm.
So how much do I really value those numbers at face value when it's not equating to efficient offense?
I hear you. Jared Goff is up next.
He was an A this year.
I'm gonna kill him.
He was an A this year. He threw for what, 35 touchdowns? The Lions were the third ranked offense in the NFL, if I'm not
B.
mistaken.
I'll give him a B plus.
B.
So B.
I was also leaning B.
Yeah.
I think Dak was a little bit better.
I'll give him a B. I think he's the top of B though.
Above Purd.
Jared Goff's statistics
Slightly.
are just like ridiculous.
Yeah, they always are.
I mean, I think at this point,
He's a leader in the
Statistically,
dome.
Top 5 quarterback.
I think we look at his numbers and we're just like, yeah, who cares? Just like Jared Goff, but
He definitely
he
gets
led
shot
a
little
top
bit.
3 offense. Their passing yards were more than their rushing yards. Their rushing yards, they ranked 17th in rushing yards. They ranked top 3 in passing yards thrown. And Jared Goff was the head of that with an offensive line that wasn't good this year. And
As
he
it
had
got
to be the
more and more
backbone of the
injured, he
offense.
got more and more mid, which is fine. It happens. B.
Like his final numbers for the year were 35 touchdowns
I'm gonna
and
check.
Yeah, he put up some crazy numbers. I remember that Minnesota game sticks out just like a whole.
Remember the
shit.
Eagles game?
Nah.
It was fucking horrible.
Yeah, Goff. I mean, the Lions have just always been like this.
That
They have
wasn't a
these
cold,
blow
though.
up games where they just like Goff could throw 4 or 5 touchdowns and put up 350 yards, but his stinkers are definitely loud.
but I don't mind B if you
He had a
put him in B.
38 completion percentage against Philly.
Wow.
He had a couple really bad games. The Philly game was bad.
Welcome to the Goff experience.
Overall, what did he throw?
No, overall it was 68 on the
4,500.
year. 68% completion percentage.
Yeah.
on
In
the
his
year.
touchdowns?
34-8,
Yeah, I mean that's a ridiculous season.
He had
That's a great
5
season.
against Chicago.
105 passer rating.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's a ridiculous season.
38 sacks.
But yeah, they missed a plus spot game. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it
They
was all
also
on him.
changed play callers halfway through.
yeah, dealt with different play callers.
But if he beats,
Makeshift
you know what?
offensive
If he
line.
beats Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? That's the game. That's like
it's just I'm like taking into account like Goff's productivity, offensive line not playing well, another OC, 2 play callers in a season, and to still have the season he had, I feel like he deserves some respect.
No, respect. B.
Okay, next quarterback. He was hurt, but Jaden Daniels was the week 1 starter.
This is a D.
D for sure.
Yeah, he didn't play well when he was healthy. Didn't have much help either.
Jaden.
oh,
He's not a D quarterback, but this was a D
Just-
season.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's valid. That's valid.
JJ.
F.
This is an F.
Yep.
Should not even have thought.
It's tough year for JJ McCarthy. Jordan Love.
A.
I also think A.
I think A.
Okay.
I think he was better than Goff and on the same level as Dak, but not as good as spoiler Stafford, who's up next.
S.
Yes, this is probably the only S.
This is the only S quarterback. Kyler Murray.
F.
It's a D.
He's better than
I
JJ.
think
He barely played.
I know.
Fair.
Is it in the boat with Jaden?
So then
Okay.
we can
his
put
last
NA.
game was
D.
almost beating Seattle. That was his last game. It went down to the wire.
I didn't remember that.
I would go with D. I think Kyler, he just didn't play much, but I thought he wasn't like completely trash when he played.
Mm-hmm. Michael Penix.
F.
D.
Probably D.
I don't think this was like JJ McCarthy bad.
It wasn't good though.
Yeah, it wasn't good. So I would
He's
go D.
terrible, bro. I don't care what nobody says.
Sam, Mr. Darnold.
Darnold,
B.
A.
this is an A or at the very top of B.
Very
Top
top
of
of
B.
B.
Top of
Yeah, I don't
Very
think he
top
was
of
as
B.
good individually as Dak or Jordan Love.
You could argue.
You could
he's
argue he wasn't as good as Goff.
I think that's fair.
So let's put him behind Goff.
Yeah, I feel like him and Purdy, that's like
Yeah.
a good range for him. I know Rattler played week 1, but Tyler
Oh.
Shuck, he was
Well, Rattler
the
got benched,
majority.
so we can put him F.
Shuck played majority of the
Rattler
snaps.
was
so-
not an F.
Here's the issue. For
We
expectation,
could definitely put Russ at. We don't even gotta think about that shit.
for expectation and what he gave you, you could put Shuck in the C tier. But the thing is,
sure.
the C tier is Hurts, Baker, and Bryce Young. That's a strong list for him to be on.
I thought, just in terms of individual play,
He was good,
on
man.
par, if not better than these guys.
Maybe not Baker, but like Tyler Shuck and Jalen Hurts. I don't know. This past season,
He was solid.
He was really good. It's just
He's a good rusher.
All
He's
right,
accurate.
listen. C,
I would have him C.
my heart said C.
I do
what my
think
heart
this
said,
is
too.
C2. I think him and Jackson Dart are in the same C tier.
Oh yeah, they don't even have Dart on this. Where would you guys bet Dart?
I'll put him C.
Similar C, but I probably would give him the slight tick above Shuck.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, he had some high highs and some low
Throw him in
lows.
C.
But yeah, I think C tier. Okay, so our NFC quarterback list, we had Stafford as the lone S quarterback, which is fair. MVP, shout out to you. A quarterbacks, Dak and Jordan Love.
Yep.
B, Goff, Darnold, Purdy, and Caleb. C, Baker, Hurts, Bryce, and Shuck. D, Jaden, Kyler, Penix, and the only F quarterback, JJ McCarthy.
Listen, Joel, I'll be honest. You're probably right to have Goff A. You're probably right to have Goff A. Considering the season that he had, it's comparable to what Jordan Love gave you this year. It is.
Jordan Love just didn't have the volume.
He didn't. So if we wanted to put Goff A, I'd completely understand. He statistically was wildly impressive this year, albeit the Detroit Lions were disappointing. I do think late in the season he did play a hand in that. But overall, just like I'm not going to allow a few games towards the end of the season to skew my grading for other quarterbacks, I won't do it with Goff. I'll take personal opinion aside. He was an A this year.
I do think Jared Goff, like just speaking from the lens of a Lions fan, I could see how a lot of Lions fans feel like he gets disrespected.
Sean hates me because I talk so harshly on Goff.
Because the numbers he puts up are pretty fucking crazy. Like
They
you know,
are.
they aren't, and it's not like game manager-esque stats. He's really leading top offenses, even with all the help that he has. You know, he's a big part of what makes that go. But I do think that Jordan Love is a much better quarterback than him. But
In terms of season, though,
Yeah.
they were comparable.
yeah, if you want to compare the
In terms of
season,
Goff was arguably better.
yeah, if you compare the season, you say Goff had more passing yards, more passing touchdowns. I think less interceptions. Like
How many
Volume,
touchdowns
like
did
you said,
Dak
though.
have?
Um,
This
Dak-
is a good year for touchdowns because
Dak had like 34 probably.
I'm right here with it. Hold on.
Dak had a pretty awesome year
he
too.
was great. Yeah. God forbid they had a lick of defense.
But yeah, I think a lot of these quarterbacks in the B tier,
Dak had 30.
pretty
they
awesome.
could be
30 and 10.
argued A. Like
my backing.
I think Caleb Williams is the next quarterback to take that next jump in this tier list. He could have been an A if you're like,
I mean, Jaylen
Taking
can
into
easily
account-
come back next year too.
yeah, he can. So I think that the NFC is in a good spot with like the young quarterback talent they have, the AFC too.
Needed an infusion for the NFC because it looked like the AFC was going to run it with all these quarterbacks, but they got some guys now for sure.
Yeah, and then Brock Purdy could have been an A too. You know, he played really good.
Where did Brent Aiyuk be this year?
So
NA.
oh my God. Did y'all see the video of him?
Bullshit.
It was AI?
I think it was bullshit.
What do you mean?
Like
He was
him with the
holding
ice cream cone.
and
It's
just
bullshit.
letting
It wasn't
melt in
him.
his hand.
Oh, it just was the guy that looked like
Yeah,
Brent Aiyuk.
yeah.
I hope not.
Because I got a tweet off. It did like 1,000 likes in less than an hour, and I had to delete it
Why?
Because
because it wasn't him.
Oh.
And I don't want to talk incorrectly
Yeah.
on him.
He's being responsible.
But essentially all it was me saying my kids will not play football.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, we
it's
sent
just-
it to the chat. I was like, this is a fucking AB.
It's just crazy where Brock is and where Aiyuk is.
Where's he going to go? Steelers?
He really won that shit pretty comfortably, man.
I mean,
No,
it
I'm talking about
wasn't.
this
It wasn't a.
sweet.
Yeah,
It's
this is
a
a
washing.
4-0.
It
Oh my
wasn't
It's
an.
a
God.
It wasn't an age 3-year-old. Let's see where we are debate. It was.
Now,
what
I'll
it
just
is in
be
the
honest.
moment.
In hindsight, you just
But I
look
lost.
so
I won
terrible
last
in that
year.
one.
I won this year. Like, brother.
I mean, who really won? I said that Sam could do what Brock
You said
Purdy
Brock
did.
Purdy was top
And
10. I
Sam,
won.
Sam did.
I won.
Sam went to two different
You
situations, led
said
them
Brock
to the playoffs
Purdy
in
was
two.
top 10. You even said, what's the conversation between him and Herbert?
Sam-
I won.
Sam is Super Bowl
Like,
champion.
I won.
Brock Purdy
you-
is not.
I'll be
won.
honest,
I won.
Joel,
He's not.
Joel,
I won.
you can say whatever you want, brother. With respect to you.
With
I won.
respect.
With respect to
I
you,
won.
you've said a lot of great things in that time.
You're a smart individual.
That, unfortunately, you
fucked
have
yourself.
to look to Riv and say, you got it.
No, I was right.
What were you right about?
I was right.
He wasn't
I
right.
was right
but
about everything.
Actually,
God.
nothing.
I mean, I was 100% right about Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold was never in the conversation.
He was
And
Super
then
Bowl
you turned your
champion.
back on him this year.
Hell no, I did
Time
not.
out. Del,
I did not.
explain this to me. When was Sam Darnold? Where was he at when we had that conversation?
We never talking about
Oh no,
it.
we did. You know what I said? I said my hot take is that
Sam Darnold could do that on
is
the
gonna
Niners.
take
No,
Purdy's job.
that was you after the fact. But like, dude,
We
like,
didn't take Purdy's job.
not
Well,
even
he
close. He
should have.
thought Mac Jones was going to take a job.
One is a champion and one is not now.
Okay.
He clearly should have. Brock
played
Purdy's
the
not
Patriots,
winning
one
with
played
Seattle.
I was gonna say, with
Mahomes.
all due respect to the Patriots, if the Niners played that past team, is he not a champion too?
Brandon Ayuk's more
I mean,
valuable.
if they played the Rams team, they don't win. He doesn't outdo Stafford like Sam Darnold outdo Stafford.
You're grabbing straws. Brandon Ayuk is more valuable. Mac Jones is going to take his job. Sam Darnold's going to take his job. Brother, it's over.
Well, no, the
It's
whole
over. It's over. It's over.
the whole
Listen,
debate.
Joel, please, I'm begging you. I have
No,
to leave.
the whole debate was that he wasn't top 5 most valuable that year.
I know.
Which he
And
wasn't.
we see what panned out.
What panned out is that they regret paying him.
Even over the summer, you sent me a text. You had
What?
Brock is 10.
Yeah.
Who overpaid him?
They 100% overpaid Brock
Well,
Purdy.
they clearly okay. Cool.
Regret paying him? I can't
Regret
hear
is
that.
nuts.
I
I don't
can't
know
hear that.
regrets.
I
Would
can't
he rather
hear
have
that.
Are you
Brock or
just
Sam
making
Darnold?
things
Okay,
up?
here's 2 other guys that they paid real money for, and they did not play. At minimum, Brock Purdy played for them this year.
That's good. Shout out to him. Mac Jones did his job. And they won games. And that's a bench quarterback.
All right. I have to save lives tomorrow morning on the show.
All right. Shout out to Brock Purdy. Thank you for beating the Eagles, though.
We love Brock Purdy.
I really do love Brock Purdy.
Do we have another topic or?
That was peak.
No, we're good.
No, we should be.
That was peak.
We should be over 3.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for this episode of Pick Aside Podcast, episode 555. You guys can follow us on Twitter at Pick Aside Pod, on Instagram and TikTok at Pick Aside Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys tune into our Patreon. We'll release our other episode on Patreon. If you aren't subscribed already, we should have done. But hey, the real ones stick around. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.